Check, 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 check. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Joey Fats Radio, row one, seat one. It's good to be here. It's good to be with you live right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. I am your host, Joey Fats. With me, as always, Mr. Sean Betancourt, Darkness.
Hey.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. What's up, boys? How's it going?
What's going on?
Did you enjoy Week 17 in the NFL? Did it fulfill all of your wishes?
Yeah, kind of put a nice little.
I mean, I think it fulfilled the wishes after the games were done. Never mind during. There was more wishes fulfilled yesterday than there was during Sunday.
it was a nice send off.
Although I will say, my Browns made the motherfucking playoffs.
Why did I say your Browns?
Because in the beginning,
They're not your
listen,
Browns.
They're not my
Not your
Browns. But the preseason show,
I know.
riding
I know.
high.
Yeah, you
Riding
said
them
you said the
high.
Browns last year too.
I know, but the Browns were such a trendy pick this year. Everybody was like,
Oh,
oh, the
I
Browns are
hated
gonna
it. But
I hate
Yeah,
picking,
there they are.
I
I
hate
had
picking the
look.
fucking Browns to do anything.
Yeah, but dude, I
success
had
is
them
good.
above Baltimore, and lo and behold, they're above Baltimore.
And look,
so
look,
fuck off.
Right, but look what's going to happen. You're going to end up with the Browns getting bounced in the first round, as usual. They're going to lose to the Steelers. They'll probably get up like when was the last time when in 2002? What was the score? How much was Cleveland up by when they blew that lead? Remember they blew that game to the Steelers the last time they were in the playoffs?
it's been so long.
And
I
it was-
don't know
it
the
was
score is.
0-2. That was
Were
a
they up
long
10
time
nothing?
ago.
Was it Dennis Northcutt and Tim
Jesus.
Couch?
That all-star team of top first-round picks and second-round picks.
Yeah, no shit.
And
It
that was the
like,
trend. To
We
follow.
here.
Yeah, every year, first round pick.
We
first
out
round
here,
pick.
yo.
Number one.
Dude, oh man, that 0-2 team. That was like the team to play on Madden when it came out that year. Everyone's like, I'm gonna go play
Wasn't
Tim
that
Couch.
the Peyton Hillis year?
No,
that was 2014.
Oh no, that was like
No, I wasn't that late.
No, it wasn't that late. It was like 08.
Oh no, it was a 10 or 11.
It was
No, it
something
wasn't
like
that
that.
Because Peyton Hillis was still in Denver in 09. And then I think
And then he had that 1 year when he
yeah,
blew
because
up
it was
the
maybe 11.
because it was 2010 because it was the year the Patriots kicked ass, because everybody's ass, and lost to the Jets. And remember that was the one loss.
Oh yeah,
that was their first loss of the season. Peyton Hillis just ran roughshod over him.
Oh yeah.
And then he ended up on the cover of Madden, never to be heard from again.
Right, squirrel hole.
Yeah, sorry about that. But no, nice end cap to the. As a Patriots fan, for the first time missing the playoffs in 12 years, there's like a sense of like, all right, I can get to the offseason and like not stress out like every weekend. Like, oh, I don't know about the matchups this week.
I would like. My dad said the same thing. My dad was like, "Oh, it's kind of nice not having the Patriots in the playoffs. I get to kind of relax." I'm like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, no shit. That's the biggest cop out.
I'm like, no.
No.
The Celtics don't make the playoffs this year in basketball. I'm like, well, I get to like shut now. Fuck that. I'm screaming.
But
at my TV.
no, totally different.
Yeah.
The Celtics haven't won anything in a while, so it's good to be pissed. The Patriots,
11 years and counting.
The Patriots. It's been 2 years. I can take a few years off and be cool with it.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics have won 2 whole championships since I was born. So
fuck
Suck
off.
balls, my
you guys
man.
got that going
That's all
for
right.
you.
My dog was winning it.
Did we
they
not?
were, so-
Did we not like talk about this already? All
we
right,
did.
never mind. It's a different squirrel.
Go ahead, go.
I don't know. I'm like, I'm losing count of how many the Lakers have lost. 8 now, 9.
I don't know.
Whatever. Who cares? There's about to be whatever. Add one more to this year. So, Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1, 774-992-8702. It is the worst. I can't help it.
At least you're not doing the 508-774 anymore.
Yeah, right. That was a fucking what?
Oh, 273-82.
So everybody go check out row1seat1.com. We got a lot of good content on there. We'll be producing a lot more content coming up here in the next couple of weeks.
Please,
days and weeks.
please give the Facebook page a like. We are working hard to get to 1,000 likes. That's only
We're close.
38 away.
Yeah, 38 away. So get over there. If you haven't gone over and liked Row 1 Seat 1's Facebook page, go over, give us a like, give us a share, subscribe to it, because we do post a lot of content on off days from the show here on Tuesday nights at 8:30. So tonight we will hit a bunch of stuff. We were going to get into all the playoff matchups. You'll get our full playoff predictions as well. We'll talk about John Elway out or stepping down as the GM in Denver after 10 years. We'll talk about Derrick Henry's MVP bid. The Giants and the Eagles getting into a little bloodbath feud postseason.
Whack.
Cleveland is screwed, like we just mentioned. We'll talk more about that. We'll get into the college football national championship once again, featuring 2 very how do you put this? Return customers, if you will. Two very familiar faces. And we'll talk about the NFL Hall of Fame finalists that were announced today.
And I'm going to hear about these live.
About a stacked ass
Oh my God,
list,
it's ridiculous.
Dude. The list is stacked.
I saw 2 names, so the rest of them are going to be surprises to me.
So first things first, let's get into the Giants and the Eagles, okay? So we all saw it, Sunday Night Football, the Washington Redskins, or as some of them call them, the WTF, which, does anybody else find it funny that when South Park did the Washington Redskins Go Fuck Yourself episode, they abbreviated the Washington Redskins as WTF. They were
And now it's
WFT.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of funny. Little foreshadowing.
It's like the Simpsons. The South Park are getting to be the Simpsons.
Yes, Jared. Actually, we were just talking about that before we went live on the air. If anybody hasn't heard,
So it was actually
Dr. Dre had a brain aneurysm. Is in the ICU. Has been there since Monday.
yesterday. Yes. Everybody's like, oh my God, it just happened now. It didn't just happen now. It happened yesterday. They're still
I swear to God, dude. If
working on it.
I just said it before we came on live. If 2021 starts off with
else do
Dr. Dre dying from a brain aneurysm, like what? I'm all set. I'm gonna check out.
on the guide.
Like if I like you, just don't live. Just be like, live in a bubble, stay in your house, don't leave. You know, it would be very bad. What are you guys looking at over here? You look very concerned.
No.
We're talking about Dr. Dre on the chat. Just giving some people
my
some
chat's
knowledge.
my chat's
It's all
not
good.
working. It's okay.
Yeah, no
all
shit.
good.
Well, when
So
something
let's
why don't you guys get like a tablet or a laptop or something like that? Actually, like, look like professionals for once. I don't know.
What the fuck? Buy me a
Easy, really
briefcase, you
fun.
prick.
I'm playing
I'm still waiting for my
Clash of
chair.
Clans. Listen, man.
I just told him, buy
I'm
me a
talking-
briefcase. He's like, oh, you.
I'm working on getting Secret Lab to donate us a couple of chairs for the
let's
studio.
do it.
Yeah, for
You know?
yourself.
We'll get Sean the nice
Reach your
Batman
fucking
one.
legs.
So Sean was watching the Eagles yesterday, hoping that he'd get one last glimpse at his quarterback for next year.
Sunday. He was hoping.
I hope my man
But
breaks
he
both
didn't.
his legs.
And Jalen Hurts started the game. So Jalen Hurts, so you've got the Redskins and you've got the Eagles Sunday Night Football. The Redskins need to win in there, and if they lose, the Giants take the division at 6-10.
Yep.
Which I said was going to happen 8 or 9 weeks ago. I said the NFC East winner might only need 6 games to win
Yeah.
it. They ended up with
Pathetic.
7. So it didn't really. It's not the level of
But
suck
still.
that I really wanted because 7-9's been done. Seattle did it in 2010.
But it's
And
still
we trashed it then.
Listen, it's still quite the suck.
It is. It is pretty sucky. So the big story from this game was not the fact that Alex Smith is hands down the comeback player of the year. He led the Redskins to the playoffs for the first time since, 2007?
RG3.
Really?
RG3.
Oh, 2012,
Holy
right.
crap.
That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about the RG3. Yeah, when he
blew out his legs.
Yeah, what's his name? Punched Richard Sherman in the face.
His
Yes.
knees.
Was it Trent Williams?
Yes.
Yes, it was Trent Williams.
Yeah, he
Yes.
punched Richard Sherman in the face post game. Great times. But he leads. That wasn't the biggest story of this game. The biggest story came after.
Well, let's be real. The biggest story came in the fourth quarter.
Right. Okay. So let's back up.
So
a little bit.
Washington had a 17-14 lead. What was it? 7 minutes ish to go.
There was a good chunk left in the fourth quarter.
There was a good chunk left.
Yep.
And Peterson decides to pull Hurts
Yes, he does.
Inexplicably.
inexplicably.
He wasn't playing great, but it was a 3-point game.
And there was 7 minutes to go.
And listen, I'm all for going to the bullpen if you need a spark in a must-win game, like a la Nick Saban in the national championship when he benched Jalen Hurts and then went to the
Tua.
Pineapple Prince.
Or
So
then
Jalen,
the opposite in Miami when he was like, hey, Tua, sit.
yeah,
Fitzy.
Fitzy, come get it. So this all happened while the Giants are sitting there watching a 3-point game, and they're rooting for the Eagles. And next thing you know, Doug Peterson takes the best chance that the Eagles have to win this game, pulls him out, and puts in Nate Sudfeld.
Yep.
And
When was the last time Nate Sudfeld played in a game?
Probably like a year and a
I
half
think it
ago.
was, sometime last year.
It was one of the times that Carson Wentz went down.
Oh, okay. Well, so,
Pick one.
Pick
It
a
was.
game.
Yeah.
Well, but they had Foles for a while, so it was like,
Okay,
last
one
year,
of the
year
times
before,
that-
yeah.
Oh,
Both
you're
of them
not
went
fit
there.
to be the mayor of name a place, Lidsville.
Yeah, legit.
But no, so the Giants now are sitting there watching this game. Giants fans are watching this game. And the amount of anger and just venom that came from the New York Giants players, the fan base, and the New York media was astounding.
Listen, we had a
because
rant.
they were rip shit at the Eagles for essentially what they claimed throwing the game.
It was
so
tanking.
they tanked the game.
Yeah.
They got the better draft pick. They did what they needed, kind of what Philly
They did
wanted
what they
to
needed
do.
to do.
Philly benefited themselves. There was nothing to gain by winning that game.
No.
Except they were going to let the Giants into the playoffs.
Except they were sticking it to the Giants.
Now,
Either way you go, you're
Do you
sticking
guys-
it to someone. You're either sticking it to Washington or you're sticking it to
Right,
New York.
but-
I mean, like,
Don't
yeah.
think
Philly
anybody cares
and the
about
Giants kind of hate each other
Of
a
course they
little
do.
bit more than everybody else. So let me ask you guys your opinion, and we'll ask the listeners too, 774-992-8702. Do you guys think that Doug Peterson did this on purpose, and he decided to go to Nate Sudfeld to ensure they had no chance, or to lessen their chances of winning the game on purpose, ensuring a better draft pick, and booting the Giants out of the playoffs?
I'll take this one first. So, do you guys remember as soon as they pulled him out of the game, there was actually a camera focused directly on Jalen Hurts on the sideline, and they kept that camera there because they were like, we know something's going to happen because Hurts is surprised he was taken out of this game.
Yes.
And right on cue, Hurts says, you can see him mouth it, he says, I just don't understand. Clear as day, he gets why. Like, he doesn't understand. He says it in the moment, but we all know at home, we all know watching, all the tens of thousands of cardboard cutouts in the stands that are watching, they all know what's happening. It's 100% tanking. And it just feels like, to me, that they're tanking because, A, they got to get the better draft position.
Of course.
And B, they just purposely want to stick it to the Giants a little bit more. To me, it seems like the Eagles, Dallas, and Giants all hate each other collectively like a good amount. And then the Redskins are like, they just stand in the corner like watching, like, y'all going to hate us any? And they're like, no.
Like,
trash.
no, you're not good
They're
enough
not
to be
good enough.
hated.
Exactly.
And you know-
they're not relevant enough.
And
Right.
I think they all feel bad because they're like, oh, your head coach had cancer and your quarterback almost died 6 times. They're like, let these guys go. Who cares?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
You're not wrong. But
Part of me believes it.
how about this one? Peterson didn't make the call. That came from up.
Nah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You're not going to think the GM and the VP is sitting there like, hey, dude, this brings us from a possible
Do you think-
9 pick
Or do you think
to a 4 pick.
It could be
Jeff-
Laurie.
Motherfucker lose.
Did Jeffrey Lurie pull a fucking Al Davis / Jerry Jones and pick up the phone call in the middle of the fourth quarter?
I
He's
would
like,
say
"Hey,
Laurie.
3-point game. Can't have it. Can't have it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. Laurie could have very well made the call.
Laurie,
upstairs,
sure.
And then they relayed the message down. You don't see that happening?
Ninth.
Where do you want to pick? In the 9-hole? You want to pick in the 4-hole?
Listen, this is
With certain owners, yes. And Laurie's one of those owners.
That's what I'm saying.
Al Davis, Jerry Jones. Those are the two slam dunk owners that would
Jerry
do something
Jones,
like that.
absolutely 100%. Al Davis,
See, I don't know, but
Al Davis has probably done it.
But with Al Davis has definitely done
That's
it.
what
But
I'm
with
saying.
Jerry Jones, though, I feel like Jerry Jones too addicted to winning.
Yeah, but when you suck
No.
and you know you can get some talent
Yeah.
by losing this game.
Jerry does have a pretty
think
good
about this now.
grasp on the
Think
big
of what this
picture.
does. For the-
Marketing.
Yeah.
But think of what
But
this
would Jerry
does for the
Jones
Eagles.
want to give up a playoff game?
Yes.
Well, it wouldn't.
Yeah, but they weren't going to get the playoffs anyway.
Yeah, never mind. I had that
So
backwards.
why would you do that?
Right.
You're not going to. You gain nothing but hurting
Right,
yourself.
that's
in the
like we
draft.
said. There was nothing for Philly to gain by winning that game. What they gained by losing it was, like you said, from 9 to 4.
Yes.
And fuck the Giants.
But now you think about it, though. Think about the draft. The first 2 picks are quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th pick, they're going to get a stud wide receiver to pair up with Jalen. Might even be the guy that he played with last year.
Maybe.
So you've got Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. You're assuming are going to go 1-2.
1-2.
Do they take that kid? What's his name from? Was it Washington State or Washington? Nick? What? No, was it Nick?
Oh, what, your boy that you want for the Patriots?
Yeah, the kid that you like there.
What's that QB's name? Wilson?
Zach Wilson?
Zach
you mean?
Wilson. Thank you.
You're like, Nick? I was like, Nick who?
Yeah,
No,
no,
I knew it
sorry.
was Wilson.
I
I
was
just couldn't
searching.
Listen,
yeah.
I like Zach
He's
Wilson.
Washington State, right? Or Washington?
No, he's BYU.
Oh, BYU. What am
That's
I-
okay. He's.
Jim
I
Effect.
like Zach Wilson.
I've watched like 0 college football this year.
I like
Effect,
Zach
I think-
Wilson for the same reason that he reminds me of was it Alan Grayson? He's an annoying little
Grayson
white.
Allen?
Grayson Allen, thank
Grayson
you.
Allen, yeah.
Reverse
Another
that.
Duke piece of shit.
Alan Grayson.
He reminds me of that because he's a prick bastard.
He is a
That
prick.
Every
Is there,
team.
is there a whiter name than Grayson Allen?
No.
Like that kid definitely wears boat shoes and like cranberry
In the house.
red.
In the house.
Yeah, like cranberry red shorts. Like
But Zach Wilson never makes it to the Patriots, even if he gets out of the top
Zach
5.
Wilson's rocking the hat, so Sean was like, "Ee."
I don't know.
I was
don't know-
like,
I don't-
the hatred.
Listen, Dixon Butts. I don't know who you are. Nice name, but stop spreading lies. Don't be lying in my chat, fool.
I can't see nothing.
Uh-oh.
I'm blocked.
He says I'm bad. I'm horrible at beer pong. Which actually, I might be horrible at beer pong. I've never played it. Beirut, on the other hand, which I think is what he's meaning, I am not horrible.
Dartmouth Beirut team. Remember that shit in high school? That was fucking hilarious.
No, I don't. I wasn't on
We had
that.
the T-shirts. Dartmouth Beirut.
I never
just
had.
made him.
Mm,
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
hilarious.
Nope, I missed that boat. But anyway, back to the Giants and the Eagles. So the Eagles get nothing. The Eagles actually do what they're supposed to. Now, do you think Jalen Hurts is a little salty though? Because as a player, I know I wouldn't want to be pulled from
A 3-point
a
game.
3-point game in Week 17 where I'm making another start and, you know,
Well, you think about it, he ends on a high note. He wins the game in the 4th quarter. They still don't make the playoffs, but since he's been in, they've won more games than they have all year. Good comeback to end it.
Jalen Hurts
Right
is the
off on a
answer.
high note. Now, instead, but right after that happened with the camera on him, it was straight up like, yo, man, you realize we're going to get you like a stud wide receiver now? And he was like, ah, cool.
Nah, he ain't saying that still.
nah, because I honestly don't think players care. I really don't. Like, players go into the offseason and they're like, this is so out of my control. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. Draft who you're going to
like
draft.
the
Do
future
what you're going to do. The players understand it's a business, and the team is going to do what they believe they need to do to get better and be good and relevant down the stretch. Now, if that means getting Jalen Hurts a wide receiver, so be it. If it means getting him a right tackle,
Yeah, because their
So be
line
it,
is
you know.
trash.
it's just going to be up to the front office to identify the weak spots in that roster, and they'll go after whomever at 4, or maybe they draw back. You know, somebody comes up and somebody really wants Zach Wilson, and they get they get
2-for-1
itchy feet.
special.
Yeah, or who knows? Maybe Philly is that team that trades up to Jacksonville. You know, trades up to number 1 with Jacksonville and gives up a Carson Wentz, the number 4 overall pick, and next year's first or something like that.
So
Yeah,
rumor.
then what's the point in Hurts?
But listen, I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts, and I don't know that
I'm
Philly
more
is
sold
either.
on him right
So
now.
there's
But if you have an opportunity to get Trevor Lawrence,
Oh, yeah.
bye Jalen. It's
yeah,
been fun.
I don't think they can have that. But the rumor is right now that the top 4 teams are all looking quarterback,
Yeah.
and that's extreme. Pick number 3 is extremely shocking. They're looking for a quarterback.
Why?
It's the Dolphins. You just drafted your.
Did you see what you got
you
out
just
of Tua this year?
drafted
just
the
got
Pineapple
him.
Prince. You got to give him time, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Dolphins really need to look into a left tackle. That's their first move.
Well, they got rid of Tunsil.
Correct.
which is now the number 3
Smart
overall
move.
pick. Yeah, which is now the third pick, overall pick.
You
that
can
they
get,
they parlayed that into that. Which
You can
is
get that guy
solid.
Penis, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
His name is Peni or something. I don't
But
know.
no,
Yeah.
but the bottom line here is back. We'll get back to draft talk as the offseason goes on.
Of course, yeah.
Philly did what Philly was supposed to do. Jalen Hurts, I would be pissed if I was Hurts. I really would.
Well, I mean, did you hear the players' reaction the next day and like all their interviews that they had, like radio, phone calls, everything? Miles Sanders straight up came out and he was like, "We were confused as hell."
Yeah, they all did.
We didn't know
They were like,
what the hell
They were
just
like,
happened.
no, we don't know what the hell just happened. Now the flip side of this coin, the Giants side, the Giants lose everything. The Giants had a chance to host a playoff game at 6-10 and be the first time a 6-10 team would have hosted a playoff game, which would have been fucking hilarious. Seeing Danny Dimes in the playoffs without Saquon and just that miserable ass fucking team would have been hysterical.
It would have been hysterical if they could have beat a team in the playoffs too, like the Bucs.
And not for nothing, but who's Brady's kryptonite? The New York Football Giants.
And let's be real, Danny Dimes is Eli Manning 2.0 anyway.
It would have been
Actually,
it would have been a really, 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 really funny story if the Giants had got in. I was rooting for the Giants to get in. Personally, I didn't want to see the Redskins get in. I posted on Sunday night. I felt like I was the only guy not just rooting for Alex Smith because of everything he's been through. And not because I don't like Alex Smith or I don't think he's good.
I just love the story.
I just would have rather seen the Giants and the Bucs. I thought that was a better story. And it was better until Chase Young made Redskins Bucs now a funner story.
Yes.
But we'll get to that in a second. But the Giants were pissed. My thing with the Giants, you can't go to social media and bitch and complain and claim the Eagles through the game and curse their name up and down and bleat like, we could have gotten in the playoffs and you guys threw the game. Bruh.
Win your games. You would have been
You
in the
won
playoffs.
6 games this year.
you lost double digits.
Not a good look to be bitching about another team costing you a playoff spot.
How do you feel about? Okay,
It just
I'm sorry.
doesn't. It's just. Am I wrong there? Like
No,
it's just
no,
not.
no.
It just doesn't
Not
look
at
good.
all.
How do you feel about Joe Judge coming out and giving this soliloquy of an answer of like, let me tell you about how I respect the game? And it was like a 3-minute long answer, and he basically said, I guarantee you, in my life as head coach, I will never like disrespect the game as badly as it happened this past weekend. And it was like, guy, maybe the wrong time to be making these comments. Like, you won 6 games.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if they had won
10
games or even
They got
or
snubbed.
9 games, and it was like, damn it, like a 7-9 team's getting in over us, and we got the short end of the stick because the 6-10 or the 7-9 team gets in.
Yep.
Then you've kind of got a leg to stand on there. When you're like, okay, fuck you, beat that team so we can get in. Like, no, fuck off. Like,
Sorry.
but when you are
The 6
the
and 10
6-10
team.
team and you're complaining, not a great look.
Yeah, for real.
I don't get it. I think it's just the team wanted to get in just to say they got in, like as a rebuilding year. But it's like you got in at 6-10. Like you're not
You got
really.
in a rebuilding year, and you're going to get no draft stock because of it. Way to be.
I mean, whatever. I mean, that was. I thought what Joe Judge said was pretty pathetic. And I think Joe Judge is going to be overrated as a coach. I didn't think he was a good coach when he was in the Patriots.
I mean, it's still, for me, it's too
Listen,
early to
they
tell.
lost
And
their
they
best
lost-
weapon.
You
Yeah,
know who
they-
Joe Judge is? He's a younger version of Bill O'Brien. Same attitude, same mantra.
If that's true,
Then
then
run.
they are. Yeah,
Run,
the Giants
Blue,
are fucked.
run.
He's gonna be a great guy where he's gonna talk to the media. He's gonna fit great in New York. I just don't think he's that good of a coach. When he was with the Patriots, every position that he went to, that position got worse than the year before. It was shocking. He was a running backs coach. They were terrible. He was a special teams coach. They were terrible. He was wide receivers coach. They were god awful. It was just like one thing after another. That's just. I mean, he's versed in everything. So he's like a jack of all trades. He can do everything, but he doesn't do anything well. Sorry.
Way to be a head coach.
Yeah, way to be a head coach. You know
Yeah,
everything.
Right, exactly. It's not a great. It's not going to be great for the Giants if that's the case.
But if we go back to the team that actually got in, the Washington football team, you said
Chase
something.
Young.
WTF?
You said something really quick, and you said, what's Brady's kryptonite? Brady's kryptonite is the Giants. While that's true, Brady's kryptonite is good defensive linemen.
Front
Pass
four.
rush.
Which the Washington Redskins have.
Yes.
And again, I was more. So let me just clarify this so that we understand here. I don't think the Giants had a better chance of beating the Bucs than the Redskins
No, it was just
did.
storyline.
Right.
I just wanted it for the story because I
Right.
think it would have been fucking hysterical if Brady goes to the NFC in his first year and he gets bounced by a 6-10 Giants team. That just would have.
Yeah, you just like he can't face blue.
Like he sees the blue and the NY and he just fucking
and he sees the ghosts in the end zone.
pisses down his leg like everybody did against his teams for fucking 20
Now,
years.
I'm not a fan of the phrasing that Chase Young used as he was leaving the field on Sunday.
Okay, well, go ahead.
He just said, "I'm coming" over and over again, and it was like, not the probably. I just
Phrasing, boom.
Yeah, the word was like Jesus, man. He's like Tom Brady, I'm coming, and he's like, he got louder and louder, and I was like, might want to cut this off.
Well, maybe
like
he was.
Again, probably not for TV at that point.
So I'm glad Chase Young said that though, because otherwise, like the biggest storyline going into this game would have been Alex Smith off his deathbed, comes in, Redskins in the playoffs,
Comeback player of the year.
Comeback player of the year. Can they beat Brady and there's 6 rings and blah blah blah? Which, by the way, what the fuck happened to Mike Evans?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's up with him?
I haven't heard anything about Mike
heard
Evans.
nothing about
Mike
it.
Evans apparently said, "I don't care what my injury is, I'm playing."
Okay,
Yeah, but I
that's
thought
fine.
he tore his like he strained his MCL. Or
No,
some
they
shit.
said he partially tore his ACL, is the rumor, and he said, "I don't care, I'm playing."
Okay, so Mike Evans on
so,
one leg.
So Mike Evans is gonna take 2 steps and move and fall down.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's not Terrell Owens. I love Mike Evans, but he's not Terrell Owens.
and playing wide receiver with a partially torn ACL.
Yeah, but Terrell Owens
Not-
also had like,
It was a screw in his ankle.
and it was 4 weeks in between.
5 weeks.
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
talking.
No. I'm saying
You're
I'm
talking
trying.
the week later after
wasn't
seeing
it week,
your knee.
Yeah, it was like week 13 or 14.
Yeah, it was like 5 weeks later. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
And then
do-
you saw his leg where like just slid. Ah.
I'm just saying the analogy. I don't see Mike Evans as that guy that says, you know what, I'm gonna get like a quick surgery, fix it, and play through it, and be the same athlete almost. Like Terrell Owens was like otherworldly in a Super Bowl, which he shouldn't
And again,
never have played in.
5 weeks in between.
Right. And I
Not,
just
not 5 days.
Yeah.
I just don't.
5 weeks.
I just think that was a bad hit. That's just a bad thing that always happens.
it,
To
was,
like,
it was just a slip of the cleat.
and that happens to Brady all the time. Though it happened to Welker, it happened to Edelman, it happened to Gronk,
Now,
it happened to so
let
many
me-
of his
let me-
players.
Let me ask you this though: Did the Bucks have anything to gain by winning that game on Sunday?
No,
Or were they locked into the
draft. Not
No,
draft
they,
position.
they
I'm
were
sorry.
Already, they were already locked in.
They were locked into the 3, right?
Were they though?
They
Are
weren't
you
locked
sure?
no, they weren't locked into the 3. They needed to win to get the 3.
Or if New Orleans lost, they could have taken the
They could have
division,
taken
right? If New Orleans
No.
slipped
No,
up,
they, the
No.
best
no,
they
because
could
they
have
got
did.
swept by New Orleans.
The best they
right.
could have did was still best wild card.
They,
Right.
they could have dropped to like 4. I think they could have lost the home playoff game. I think that's what it was.
They don't have a home playoff game.
Yeah,
They're
going
number
on the
3,
road.
and they're going on the road.
They're not
They're
number
not number
3.
3.
They're number 5.
The 5, bro.
Oh, that's someone just said number 3.
Yeah,
I
he
thought I was
messed
like,
up.
What,
oh, okay.
Yeah, what, I'm sorry.
Because
I-
Saints won.
'Cause it's-
Seahawks won.
yeah, it's
Packers and Washington. Washington hosts Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay. So I don't know.
Look, see, you're talking shit about my notes.
I said these are
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
notes.
it's
Number
Packers,
5.
Packers, Saints, Seahawks, Skins, Bucks, Rams, Bears. So you've got this weekend. You've got the Bucks and the obviously Bucks and the Skins, Rams, Seahawks, and Saints, Bears. The Bears.
No, Trubisky makes it in.
Nope.
No, I'm just saying Trubisky.
No, he makes it in.
No, he made it. He did.
made
That
it.
was a fact. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm disagreeing with the fact.
Keith
I'm
is
like,
just
nope.
Keith is just apparently stating obvious things.
Yeah,
here.
but it's just like
Um,
think about what this year has been for that kid.
Ass.
You are the quarterback. We're not picking up your option. We're putting in Big Dick Nick. Oh wait, Big Dick Nick sucks. Hey, you're coming back in, kid. Good luck. Oh wow, we made the playoffs. He's not. They might not even pick up his fucking like.
They didn't pick it up.
No, but I'm saying they might not franchise him or offer any kind of tender, and he might be a free agent.
Oh, they're gonna offer him chicken tenders, but not like a football tender. That was weird. That was a lame dad
That was
joke.
yeah. Why
sorry.
don't you just fucking put your
Fuck
head in the
you.
rabbit hole?
Just-
because
there's
But Matt Nagy just like fell into a playoff position at the 7th seed, of course.
right.
It's like, Chicago fans are burning up. Like, fuck, man, we wanted to get rid of this dude.
Yeah, no shit. And they're like, God damn, now we got
I
to
mean, he
deal with him
didn't
for
look
another
half
year.
bad the second half of the season.
He didn't look half bad, but he didn't look half good either.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm just saying it's just
Whatever.
it is what it is. I'm just glad Chase Young
Chase
was
Young.
talking his shit because listen, and I'll tell you right now, if the Redskins pull off this upset,
Which, dude, they could.
Chase Young's an immediate hero.
They could.
I'm gonna break 2 major rules that I have.
Oh, Jesus.
2 major rules.
Uh-oh.
Number 1,
Don't hurt him, Hammer.
rule number 1, you don't buy Redskins jerseys because you just don't.
Sean Taylor.
Rule number 2, you don't buy Ohio State players jerseys.
Okay. All right.
I will break both of those rules, and I will buy a Chase Young Redskins jersey.
You
if they
should
pull
buy
this
the
upset.
half and half jersey. Half Ohio State.
No.
Joey comes rocking out with his eyes. I don't know why your eyes are
He's
closed.
a,
but
hey, like this. He's a bucket.
Fuck that.
Buck.
I will.
Hey,
He's a bucking.
the Washington Buckins.
Yeah.
Buckins.
There you go.
What does this mean?
Buckins.
Who the buck knows?
Exactly. The buck stops here, motherfucker. Shit.
We all
But
find it
I will
funny.
buy a Chase Young Redskins jersey if they pull this upset off because I really just want to see because obviously the Bucks have struggled against good teams this year. The only playoff team they beat was the Green Bay Packers, which they inexplicably blew the doors off of.
The Packers
Other than
look like
that,
they didn't even come to play
they
that
played
game.
six.
They didn't.
They played 6 playoff teams and they won 1 game, and it was a fluke win against
So-
the Packers. So
If you look at Brady this year alone, don't even count the Patriots years because it was the mantra that every team went to. Put pressure on Brady, and he gets happy feet. This year is the worst that you've ever seen it in life. He's got wide receivers to bail him out. He gets a couple of fingers in front of him, and he's like, ah! He just throws the ball wherever he fucking, take it!
There's a
Shit.
ball.
get this thing out of here!
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Get this thing out of here!
Oh,
But
I
how
thought you
many-
said get this
listen,
Dugadio.
How
I'm
many?
like, who's that?
Well, he's wearing the shirt for it. I mean, you know.
That's what I thought.
But think about it. How many times
he
you just seen
Predator?
Brady throw it into the dirt?
Oh, a lot.
Like,
bunch.
Like literally 10 feet in front of him. He's like, fuck it.
Which
If
is
I
why
if I
I
get a
think-
penalty, I get a penalty. But I probably won't get one because I'm fucking Tom Brady.
I think if
I mean, Jesus Christ, he was mad they didn't give him a 5th down in Chicago.
I think if you see the Bucks lose, especially to the Redskins, and I want to address the Chase Young thing in a second. If you see them lose, Brady's going to go in the offseason. He's going to be like, give James White $400 million to come to the Bucks next year. I will throw it to him 500
Give
times.
James White, Patrick Mahomes money, and or I will fucking leave.
And give me Jules. Just fucking sign him on a PED
Dude, I
contract.
have a bad feeling that we're going to lose Edelman and James White to the Bucks, and I'm going to be like, fucking pieces of shit. And my
mean,
hatred's
but-
going to
but-
be bad. I would be
What,
big
for the
mad.
Bucks or for the Brady?
It's fucking crazy.
Both.
Like, it's
the
hilarious.
both of them.
It legitimately took Tom Brady to have Gronk, AB, Godwin, Evans, Leonard Fournette, O.J. Howard.
Rojo.
No, I'm not O.J. Howard.
Jay Howard's there.
Sorry.
Howard's there.
Yeah, and
Cameron Brate.
Cam Brate.
Rojo.
Rojo. All these guys.
And the ghost of LaShawn McCoy.
And the ghost of Shady. It took all those guys to be on the same roster at the same time for him to finally crack 40 touchdowns for a second time in his career. So I just want to give a small little, good job, Tommy. Very good. You finally did it.
But-
Good job.
Now, I'm sure we have a lot of the same mutual friends and people in the same circles. You've seen, don't piss off Tom Brady by making those comments all week, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All right.
Oh, you mean
Again-
Bart Scott? Can't wait.
Yeah.
Don't make this man mad. He gonna kill your family with a
Right?
football.
Like,
out
I
his
never
kid.
understood that when people were like, don't piss off, don't poke the bear. I'm like, what?
But
no, that's
listen-
exactly what you do.
Listen, but then this kid has nothing to. They shouldn't even be there.
Exactly.
So then
Playing with house
if-
money.
And,
if
and
you
he's
really
a
wanna get down to
rookie,
it.
so he's just like, oh my god, I get to hit Tom Brady.
And if he if he comes out, if they win and he has a sack or two,
Dude, I was just gonna say, if he
Chase Young becomes an NFL household name in one weekend. He makes a Joe Namath-like prediction, and everyone's like, you're going to buy that guy's jersey.
Well, it's not even that, but think about this. Rookie, got injured early in the year, came back. Team that has no business being in the playoffs, playing against a guy that he probably watched every day when he was in college and when he was a kid.
College. It was like 3 when Brady started playing.
Well, right, well, I just said as a kid.
Child.
Shut the fuck up, Sean.
Toddler.
Toddler.
Do I
Baby.
gotta get Durant on the phone?
Yeah, bring him back.
Take it deep.
So look, he is giddy inside. Like the first time you're suiting up for high school. Like, I'm gonna hit me a quarterback today, and it just so happens to be Tom Brady. It's like a childhood dream come true.
Yeah, I agree. Take it to the face. Bitch.
Coming. I'm coming.
God damn it. We need that. I should have sent that in the link. I should have.
Oh, my God.
You know what? After the show, I'm going to go find that on Twitter. I'm going to rip the video. I'm going to put it. Oh, Brady, I'm coming. I'm just going to put,
And then,
questionable.
And then I'm gonna put right underneath it. Can't wait.
Phrasing.
Jesus, man. Phrasing.
774-992-8702. Talking Bucks and Skins matchup coming up. Talking Chase Young. Giants and Philly was what we kicked off the show with. Do you think the Eagles actually threw the game on purpose to A, better their draft stock, and B, fuck the Giants? It seems like a win-win if you're Philadelphia. And if you're a Philly fan, are you happy about this? Or would you have rather seen them try to leave Jalen Hurts in, build some confidence, let him get the comeback win, so on and so forth?
No wrong answer. The only right answer is Sean Connery. Yeah.
It's too late. The damage is done. So let's move it along here. We'll leave these on the table if you want to call in, talk about anything you can. We're not. We'll always be revisiting. But we'll move over to the AFC West. 2 stories out of the AFC West starting this morning and this afternoon. Number 1, Josh Jacobs was arrested for DUI. The Raiders
What an
running
idiot.
back. One car,
Yeah,
no, didn't hurt
DUIs are
anybody.
fine.
That was yesterday. Well, I guess late Sunday night.
DUIs had look. Melvin Gordon had one in Denver. I mean,
Yeah,
so
I mean-
whatever, shit happens.
Michael Floyd had one. What
Oh, Michael Floyd had the ultimate one,
are you talking about? He was asleep.
like this.
Yeah, it was just like that kid in the Wendy's parking lot in Georgia. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah. Especially since all the Minnesota they announced today
Yeah, he folded my
they're
paper.
bringing no charges against those cops that shot Jacob Blake.
Hey, I don't see that in the notes. Of this.
I wonder if the TV cameras on this weekend will show a player with a Jacob Blake
Oh, I'm
sticker,
sure.
T-shirt, written on his cleats or something like that. Just can't wait to see what idiot does that. But nonetheless, let's talk about. So Josh Jacobs gets the DUI, and the bigger news, the bigger story, obviously, Elway stepping aside as GM. He will still remain the president of football operations in Denver, but he is going to hire a GM who will have final say on all roster decisions. Elway will still be involved, but he will have the final word.
Basically, this is the I need to put myself in check move.
No, I think what this
That's
is
literally what it is.
I think what this is all right. So this is one of two things, and here's my two theories. The first one, which is the more likely of the two, Elway understands it's time. Maybe he's in over his head. He's doing too much. He's getting old. He's been doing this for 10 years. He doesn't see a Peyton Manning on the horizon that he's going to be able to go out and lure in free agency like he did in
Why,
2012.
you can get Trubisky.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe I think they believe in Drew Lock.
Mitch.
But I also think that the more likely of the scenarios is that Elway knows if Drew Lock doesn't pan out quickly, because everybody's instant gratification, right? Like no one wanted. Sean still thinks Josh Allen is trash, even though he's in the running for MVP this year. It took
He
Josh
better not
Allen.
win that
It took,
shit.
it took Josh Allen 2 years to get to where he's at. A lot of quarterbacks take time to develop. This isn't like an overnight
Aaron
type of thing.
Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for a couple of years to learn.
What, 4 years?
It was an
Yeah.
assload of time. Yeah.
Yeah, 5,
Like a
6,
ridiculous
7.
amount of time.
Yeah, 3 years. 5, 6, and 7. So it takes a minute.
Development.
So the quarterback situation is obviously one. Elway stepping aside and having a GM manager. I feel like this is more like Elway saying, like, do my dirty work. I'll let you have the final say, but just know I still have the final say. Like,
Well, like I said, it's somebody to put him in check. Like, hey, I think we're going to sign
right,
this.
another brain,
And
another
the
pair
other
of
brain
eyes in the
goes,
room.
he reminds me a lot of this guy. You know how that turned out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? What about that one? Like that's all that is. That's just another mind to keep him in check.
Yeah, I just think it goes back to the quarterback thing. I think, I told Joey last year, I thought Denver killed it in the draft the last couple of years.
Yeah.
They really have.
That's just the quarterback. The quarterback's the only question. Now they're debating if Drew Lock is the answer. So I get it. I see what Elway's doing, and Elway's too much of a face to be let go from that franchise. That was never going to happen.
No,
They were never going to let him go. Plus, they don't have an owner to let him go.
correct.
Joe Ellis isn't going to fire John Elway. Like, who the fuck? Denver fans would be like, who the fuck is Joe Ellis?
Legit.
You know what I mean? Like, who the hell are you to fire John fucking Elway? And not for nothing, but John Elway's record as a GM since he took over in 2011 is the fourth best amongst GMs in the league. So it's not like he's had a shitty tenure
No, they just
here.
had a rough couple of years.
The last
I mean,
couple
if
of
you think
years,
about it.
again, you're replacing a Hall of Famer at quarterback. And replacing Hall of Famers at quarterback,
You're not just
an easy
but
thing
let's
to do.
just be real. You weren't just replacing a Hall of Famer. You were replacing an entire roster because guys got old, guys retired, guys moved on. 2 years removed from the Super Bowl, who the fuck was still on that team from the Super Bowl? Not
I mean,
many
you
people.
still had most of the no-fly zone was still there in 17. But yeah, by 2018 when Kirk Cousins came in, that team looked totally different. The defense was still good, but it wasn't great anymore.
King Case,
King Case.
Oh my God.
Kirk Cousins. You wish you would have got Kirk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kirk Cousins sucks. Never mind. I would never want that fucking shit bomb,
Oh my
especially
God,
for
is
the
that your
fucking
quarterback
money.
next year, Kirk Cousins?
No, God, no. If there's zero chance Kirk Cousins.
Who would you rather have, Kirk Cousins or Carson Wentz? That's for you, Sean.
Kirk Cousins.
Carson Wentz.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Really?
I can't take a guy who's like 2-27 in prime
prime time.
Like no.
I'd be happier.
Kirk Cousins. I had this.
I hate Carson Wentz
I had
that
this.
much.
I've had this debate.
I don't like that.
I had this debate earlier today or yesterday. I can't remember which day it was about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is fucking hot garbage.
Yeah, he's trash.
That contract is trash.
Yes.
And
Well, wait,
he's
he's done now, right?
No,
No. He
no.
has another year.
I
Right,
thought he did.
He has one more year.
I thought he was done
Fuck,
this year
that's
because I
right.
thought the 3 year, the
No,
guaranteed. I thought they
they-
were able to cut him loose. There's another year.
They
If they got
renewed,
rid of him
yeah.
right now, it would cost him $41 million.
They'd basically be paying him to play somewhere else.
Right. So they can't. So they're stuck with his fucking
stuck with
bum ass. Which
I mean, at
again,
least him and Jefferson look good this year. I mean,
oh yeah, great. Who cares? Like,
but they're gonna be fucked. Coobs might call it a day, and then Minnesota's offense.
Kubiak's gone, and then Kirk Cousins will go back to throwing like 30,000 interceptions a year. And be like, hey, what do we do with the football there? You like that? But anyway,
you know who the Vikings should bring in as a coach? Rex Ryan. Why the fuck not?
I think Rex is done, dude.
Nah, he doesn't
Oh, I
wanna
think so
coach
too.
I don't think Rex is interested. And I don't think Rex would be interested in going there. It's Zimmer's defense anyway, and they need offensive help, not defensive help. But my second theory about Elway, and this is one's a little bit more of a long shot, and
It's definitely a fucking Hail Mary at the
it's
end
a
of the
it's a
fucking
well
game.
it's a
But
gut,
I know exactly
it's
where
a gut
you're going.
shot. But what I think Elway is doing, I think Elway is removing himself from the day-to-day stuff, or a lot of the day-to-day stuff,
So we can get into.
position to buy the team.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna make some like
Yep.
crazy.
Nope, because
Well, not even just to buy it fully, but to have a good amount of stake in the team.
like 20% or something.
and I think
I'd probably say even more than that. I'd say you wanna
ultimately,
go
I
for,
think
like, 30.
ultimately I think he wants to end up being the sole owner of the Denver Broncos, which would be fantastic because they have no ownership. And right now, if you look at the Broncos ownership situation, I know not a lot of people
It's
around
shitty.
here are
Is she-
familiar
well,
with
is
it.
the daughter still like?
Brittany Bolin is the one that is in line, who is the most likely to usurp that position as owner. But she's nowhere near close.
Yeah, right.
And there's a lot of infighting amongst the Bolin family. The daughters are bitching and complaining about who's going to get to own it and this and that. So the likelihood of it staying in the Bolin family is very, very slim.
Correct.
Now, Elway would be a perfect guy, I think, to come in and buy the team. I would love to see him and like Peyton go like 51-49 on it or 50-50. That would be fucking awesome.
I would never see that.
But
I don't
Peyton's
think so.
Peyton's
running for
waiting.
president.
He's waiting until Bob McNair dies. And he's gonna buy fucking the Titans. But did I say
love
Bob
Tennessee.
McNair? I meant not Bob McNair. It's the Texans. But whatever. The guy, the racist from Tennessee.
I don't know his name.
I
I
thought
can't
it was a
think of
racist from
Oh, God.
Texas.
They're all racist.
It was the Texans that said the inmate thing. It wasn't the Titans. It was the Texans.
Bob McNair?
Yeah,
Can't remember.
It
who
was but he was the one that said.
it was the Texans, not the Titans. 'Cause
Titans.
remember that was the big thing. That, like Hopkins and all them were like, man, this dude's crazy.
Oh right, Amy Adams Strunk owns it now. That's right, because what's his name did die.
Amy
already.
Adams, the actress?
No.
Yeah, he was. Anyway, yeah, whatever.
So-
It doesn't matter. But no, I think Elway is trying to position himself to maybe be in position to possibly at least be in the mix for a portion or owning a stake in the
Yeah.
Denver Broncos, which I think would be great. They need an owner. They need somebody to hold other people accountable, and they need somebody who loves the team and wants to win. Pat Bowlen loved that team, but he loved winning more. Like these, sub 500 seasons, like these last
that
4
don't
years,
fly.
that shit didn't fly with Pat Bowlen.
No.
Can we go back fucking 20 years and tell ourselves, like, hey, you know the recently retired John Elway from the Denver Broncos and the head coach of the Oakland Raiders? Yeah, John Gruden's going to own 10% of the team in 20 years, and Elway's putting himself in a position to own part of the Denver Broncos. You'd be like, what? It doesn't even make any sense.
I mean,
like,
but you would believe it though, because at the time Gruden was
Well-
the Raiders' savior.
Correct.
John Elway was the Denver Broncos.
now-
so if you, but
it just sounds
But
weird.
flip
It does,
Think
it
about
does.
Did anybody ever think Michael Jordan was going to own fucking Charlotte outright?
no,
No.
Jordan,
No.
yes.
nah,
Jordan-
not until not.
Look at the failure that
if
was
someone-
Washington.
If
It's easy to say yes looking back at it now.
No. When he retired at 98 from the Bulls, did you ever think he was going to be like, I'm going to buy the fucking Charlotte Hornets?
No.
Don't forget, they were in existence for a couple of
Keith,
years.
any minute now, we're going to be visited from ourselves 20 years in the future, and they're going to come back and be like, hey, guys, just want to let you know that LeBron bought the Cavaliers, and he now moved them to L.A. and called them the L.A. LeBrons.
The LeBroneers.
Yeah, LeBroneers.
And they
LeBroneers.
and they're the third team in LA
John,
now.
you had me, and then you fucked up.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Or they-
would
or no,
it be
they-
a surprise if LeBron James bought a team 20
Of
years
course,
from now?
LeBron
LeBron-
James is going to try
LeBron
to buy
James-
a team. Have you not seen LeBron James is trying to do everything that Michael Jordan has done?
Because LeBron's going to buy. He's going to buy the Lakers and the
He
Clippers.
pretty much paid
and he's
for
going to merge them.
Space Jam 2 to get made.
The Mippers.
He was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. MJ did it, I'm going to
The
do it.
Lippers.
The Labias.
Nah, they would just. I think.
How about
You know
the
what?
Bronze?
You know what I would do if I had that kind of money.
How about the LeBrons?
The LA LeBrons, like my
The LA Bronze.
like my plaque that's spelled
right.
wrong that I bought in 2003.
Yeah, the rookie plaque.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
LeBron.
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 That was a fucking running joke at my house forever. But no, I think Elway as the owner of the Denver Broncos would be music to the fucking ears of Broncos fans everywhere, because it would finally solidify the ownership issues that they're having. and it would give them kind of at least a sense of direction or getting on the right track and saying, look, we've got an owner now. Because right now they're basically a rudderless ship. Joe Ellis and John Elway are the only two guys running that team, are basically the two guys running that team. And Joe Ellis can't fire John Elway, and John Elway knows that. So maybe this whole thing is John Elway saying,
It's a
all
power
right.
move.
Yeah, it could be a power move. Or it could be Elway recognizing that, all right, like
I don't
maybe
got it no more.
I can't identify quarterback talent. I need some help. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to step aside as the general manager, and I'm going to have to let somebody else kind of have the reins of this team.
Gotcha. So last Denver question really quickly. Right now, you still have Drew Lock on the roster. Is he a quarterback? Is he a quarterback next season,
Yes,
or you go
absolutely.
after somebody else?
No, I think he is.
What pick do you have?
5. No, I'm sorry.
No, he's not that low.
9.
I was gonna say.
9.
So,
Nope.
does Denver make a move to get into the top
Nope.
3?
Absolutely not.
I don't think they have the draft capital to do it.
And I think if they go for a quarterback, people would lose their goddamn minds.
I'm okay with. Listen, I'm fine with being
If
patient
he
with
can
Drew Lock.
swindle Jacksonville,
No. Jacksonville, first of all, is going after what's his face from college.
Sunshine.
No. The head coach,
Oh, Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
Meyer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's another thing we'll talk about too, because I do want to get into
Yeah.
Urban Meyer where he's going to land. Because Jacksonville, it's going to be either Jacksonville or the Chargers.
Apparently he told teams he wants full control and $20 million a year.
Did you hear the rumor that
Shah Khan
Belichick
will
is
give it to
making
him.
north of $25 million a year?
Yep.
What would you? Haven't you heard Sean for the past years being like, dude, he makes ridiculous money and nobody.
No,
knows
I
about it.
totally agree. I
Yeah.
didn't disagree with him.
I think
There's no reason why he should.
I think Kraft gave him like the Godfather contract.
This segment brought to you by Kettle One.
Just gave him like a pile of money, and he's like, "You can have TBT 12." TBT. What the
TBT.
fuck?
What the fuck's a TBT 12?
Throwback Thursday.
It's
12.
a Throwback Thursday 12.
Sean's
yeah.
just sitting here dreaming.
But no, I do believe that Drew Lock is going to be the quarterback next year on opening night, and because I don't think Drew Lock got a fair shake this year. I really don't. The kids,
no.
people got to remember, Drew Lock's only played 18 games in his career. He's only got 18 starts under his belt. It's not like he doesn't even have a full season.
So if
He started 5 last year, and then he missed time this year with the COVID
Injuries.
game and injuries.
if the Jets come calling and the Jets say, "Hey, we're definitely taking Fields or Zach Wilson," or are you guys interested in Darnold as some competition?
Depends on no, it's competition. No, if you go after Darnold, then Lock's gone.
No, not at
Who
all.
would you rather have?
Who would I rather?
You could
have?
have-
I
afford
honestly
both.
think
They're
I'd
both
rather have
cheap.
Sam Donald.
I would probably say Sam Darnold.
I would say
he's,
keep
because
both.
He's, because he's further along. But no,
you
I don't.
can't do that. Look what happened with Case and fucking all the shit that they had with their 3 quarterbacks.
Battle it out. It ain't my problem.
No,
Whoever the
but
best
Listen,
is.
I saw sometimes
What's the-
battling it out with a younger quarterback fucks a younger quarterback
Right, you would
more
need
than what you think.
you bring
They're
in
already
you would
fucked up.
you would bring in like a Ryan Fitzmagic
Yes,
or
someone to tutor
an aging veteran to come in and push him.
Josh
and compete.
McCown.
No, he's too old. He's like
too old.
43.
Yeah, he's too up there.
He just goes there to teach him how to be a fucking quarterback.
No, I think
No,
he's-
I would
think he's
say like a
broken.
guy that's like he's got to be like just enough of a threat to steal your job if you fuck up, but he can't be too much of a threat. Like a Teddy Bridgewater would be like an ideal.
Not anymore.
Not. Yeah, right.
What about what's his name from L.A. the Chargers? Tyrod Taylor.
Nah,
No,
no.
not anymore.
Joey Fast Radio, row 121.
What's going on, Joe? What's up, Keith?
Yo.
Durant.
What's happening, guys?
Not much, buddy.
I know, same shit.
You know, just hanging and banging here at row 1, seat 1.
No doubt. Yeah, just at my shop for a few, but I figured I'd chime in real quick on your combo. I think LeBron's going to buy the Cavs.
Eventually, probably.
Yeah, no one's gonna want that.
I would
team
say
in
the
20 years.
Cavs. I mean, he did the whole school thing out there in,
Oh yeah,
in
no,
Ohio.
he's
and-
going back
He's a
home.
Cleveland
Makes
dude.
sense.
Yeah, right.
He's a Cleveland dude. We were just dicking around talking about him, because I don't think there's no way in hell the Lakers or the Clippers, Steve Ballmer or Jeannie Buss are not selling either of those teams to
and
anybody.
if they do, for
anytime
a
soon.
redonkulous amount of
Yeah,
money.
like billions.
Well,
Well, it's already billions.
it's already
now.
billions.
Well, even more billions. I'm
I
saying
wonder what
20
the
years
Lakers-
from now.
Steve Ballmer bought the Clippers for what?
2.5.
I thought it was 3.2.
$2.5 billion.
Yeah, but he's worth so much more than that. Who cares? That's pocket
I
change
guarantee
for
the Lakers
him.
are worth $6 billion. I'm gonna say
No, I don't think
6.
so. I don't think they're worth that much.
Yeah, I don't even think LeBron could afford the Lakers.
4.4.
For being honest.
I was close.
You can always go on one of those group deals, like if you have like a bunch
Well,
of financing
like
teams.
A-Rod and all them did.
Hell yeah! Why the hell
Or-
not?
or like Miami Dolphins with their 12
I don't know. I
owners.
think that's lame though. I think that because that creates a bunch of other issues too. Because then it's like, who's the owner? Who's the one actually calling the shots here? Like,
It's like board of directors, like any
You're
other
right,
company.
right. It
You're
just-
treating it like a business. That's what you're treating it like.
right, but it didn't work out for any of the other people that really did that. Because remember when they all bought the Marlins?
No, it was
What,
the
you mean like
Dolphins.
Gloria
Oh, yeah, the
Estefan and
Dolphins,
shit?
yeah.
Dolphins, yeah.
Didn't they do the same thing with the Marlins? Don't the Marlins have like 6 owners too?
I think so.
Actually, I think it was part of the same group that bought him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like A-Rod,
Unbelievable.
Horace Vaughn, J-Lo.
What's his name? Fucking Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony, that's what it was. But anyhow, I digest. But So what else on your mind, Durant?
Well, I actually was gonna. I wouldn't mind talking a little basketball, but I feel like it's only right to talk football with the playoffs ahead.
Facts. Yeah, basketball's kind of a
That's an after football.
that's a
thing.
back burner conversation
Yeah,
right now.
I know. I know you personally, Joe. You're not a regular season guy, really. Anyways, you don't really tune in until later.
I keep my thumb on the pulse.
Which
Of
is
it.
understandable.
Yeah, I keep my thumb on the pulse, but I'm not like everybody's like freaking out because Jason Tatum looks great or something. I'm like, who fucking cares?
Jaylen Brown looks better.
Call me when it matters. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But this year's
I hear
fucky.
ya.
This year's a little fucky because who knows what the hell's going to go on with,
I'm a little different. I mean, I'm the guy that comes home on a Wednesday night looking forward to, the Utah Jazz and the Nuggets,
I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's on and it's background noise, I'll throw it on, and I'll keep tabs on it. But I am by no means
Not clearing up his
invested.
day for it.
Yeah, and anything like I'll watch the Lakers. Don't get me wrong. If the Lakers are on TV, you're damn right I'm watching it.
I watch.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's
There's
even
certain people that you watch.
even still though. Like there's just sometimes you're like, oh, it's regular season. It's like Lakers Kings. I'm like,
Who? Well,
I'll watch South Park reruns.
but if you see like random games come on, like who are you watching? Like if you see a guy pop on, like I'll watch Dallas because
I'll
of
watch
Luka.
Dallas.
Yeah,
I'll
Luka.
watch Milwaukee. I'll watch Portland because of Dame baby. Guys, I have to really like a guy. You know what I mean? In order,
Well, like
to,
somebody that's exciting, you'd be like, "Oh, well, what the fuck is gonna do?"
I do,
tonight?
I do like watching the Nuggets. Like I like that because they're like a cool young team,
Your team.
You've been pumping up that Nuggets train for like 2 years now,
dude. And I've been right.
I know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying
I've been right.
At
And
least you've done it.
I'll watch. I don't know. Like I'll watch like the Heat if they're on. Because of Jimmy Butler. Like there's gonna be guys that
I mean,
I like.
I watch the Celtics every time
See,
the
when
Celtics are on. If I don't have shit to do, the
when it
Celtics are on.
comes to the NBA, for me personally, I'm a Lakers fan, and then I'm a fan of players after that. Like I don't necessarily like teams. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I'm with you on that, Joe.
Yeah, like in the NFL, like my hierarchy of teams is like, okay, it's the Denver Broncos number 1. Then I'm watching like the Colts because my brother
Oh, I
and
can't
PJ.
wait to get into that.
Or then I'll watch the Giants because of my cousin, or I'll watch there's other teams like I'll watch teams, regardless of who's playing for them. But I also, I'm like, oh shit, well the fucking Packers are on, and that A-Rod man, he's a bad motherfucker.
I mean, I do fantasy basketball, so I kind of watch.
I
a
can't
little more
do
than
that.
I
God,
Yuki?
God bless you.
I
Oh, I
can't
love
do
it. I
fantasy
love it. It's such a
basketball.
good time.
Hate
I,
it.
I can't do any fantasy.
Well, I do it with
sport
the other
except
psychopath that's a
NFL.
fan on the show with Duffy. So I mean,
That's just I don't know, man. That's
He's a
just
fan of 14 teams.
exactly why he does fantasy basketball.
makes it easier.
It's like I love all these
But-
guys.
No, so what's on your mind for this weekend, Durant? I know we got playoff football coming up.
Yeah, what's your game of the week?
Game of the week and who you taking to get to the Final Four and AFC NFC Championship?
Well, I'm gonna stick with my gut, and I'm gonna say Chiefs and Saints in the bowl.
Okay.
But leading up to that game, I'm gonna say Chiefs versus Bills, and then I'm gonna say Saints in Tampa Bay.
Oh, Saints Bucks, huh?
Saints Bucks.
So if it's
the
Saints Bucks,
so the Saints are gonna dick slap them 3 times this year.
right?
Yeah, I think they come up a little short.
So that would mean
It's just tough to not put them there with all the firepower they have. It's kind of tough.
Even though
But,
Mike Evans is hobbled on one leg.
I think AB fills in the role just fine. I mean,
I think he fills a role. I don't know if he fills the role, but he fills a role.
John.
Yeah.
As much as that sounds good, if the Bucks win and the Saints win and the Seahawks win, it's Bucks Packers divisional game.
yeah.
Oh, that'll be the
See, I
revenge
got
game for A-Rod.
I have the Bucks coming up a little short this year, and then I got the Raiders beating the Bucks in the bowl next year to send Brady into retirement, and we get sweet revenge versus the Bucks and Brady. We killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Goes
That-
around.
Honestly, I
Like,
think
here's your tuck
that
rule, and I
scenario-
raise your retirement, motherfucker.
that scenario right there, and mark my words, that will be the single only time I ever root for the Raiders. If the Raiders and the
Come
Bucks,
on, you root for
You mean
us
you
when
didn't
we
root
play
for
the
them in
Chiefs.
01?
Come on.
if the
Stop playing.
if the Raiders and the Bucks went to the Super Bowl next year, and it was Derek Carr versus Tom Brady, I'd have a silver and black jersey on. I would commit
You're so full of shit.
It would make Sean come watch it with us.
You are so full of shit.
I would commit
I'm gonna
so
hold
many
you
fouls.
to that, Joe.
I would commit so many fouls. Luckily, I'm fairly certain that's not going to happen.
That's why he can promise it. He's like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll write it down. You can sign it and everything.
I'll even stamp it with the Joey Fat seal of approval. If the Bucks and the Raiders are in the Super Bowl next year, I'll get like a fucking Tyrone Wheatley jersey.
It's okay.
Or better yet, I'll go
Hey,
out and I'll get myself a Lincoln
I have
fucking
plenty of
Kennedy
jerseys
jersey.
for you, Joe, to pick from. I think I actually got some I don't know how, but I got like a couple 2XLs or some shit. I think I got something that might fit you.
Durant, I'm going out and I'm getting a custom, authentic Lincoln Kennedy
Why
jersey.
don't you get a bow?
Because
Yeah,
Lincoln
nice.
Kennedy was the fucking man. Okay? He was my favorite Raider of that 02 team.
Didn't he bench like 550 for like 10
Just,
reps?
Why do you
he's
think
a monster.
he loves him
He's a
so
monster.
much?
He was like
a
Larry.
fucking man
he was like Larry Allen
Thick
2.0.
boy.
Yeah, he a thick.
John, thanks for the call, buddy. We appreciate it, man.
Hey, I got one request before I head out. I don't want to
Sure.
take up too much of your time, but I've been watching the show for a while now. I think it's an awesome show. I think a lot more people should be watching you, Joe.
Thank you.
But my request would be, I miss when you guys used to do the picks, the football picks.
Oh, like the weekly
Yeah,
picks?
yeah.
I think that'd be a big thing, especially it's kind of a gambling world too, and I think that could help with a little more people tuning in. That's one thing I actually miss with the show is you guys doing your picks.
All right.
Well, I like
okay.
the feedback, bro.
We
Good
still do the pick 'em. I know we really didn't kind of focus on it this year. But
Oh,
we still
don't
do the
worry.
pick 'em.
We're bottom of the hour. We're going to announce the winners of the regular season.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention the last 3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, because you suck.
shut up.
I really
no,
did.
Durant, I
I really
appreciate that. You know what? And I kind of missed that too. So maybe we'll definitely bring that. I think we'll bring that back starting next week for the playoffs.
Do you
and,
know what? The only thing I have to get worried about is that if we play the NFL music,
We
we're
won't.
gonna-
I'll find something
I was gonna say we're gonna get booted off the
Right,
Facebook.
that was the other thing, the live feed. But no, I think we'll bring back a pick segment starting next week. We're gonna do a little one this week. But Durant, I agree. I missed the pick segment too.
See, here's the thing. I want you and Keith's picks, though. The other guy can just read off the games.
Durant, I'm proud of you. I was waiting for the payoff. I'm like, oh, it's coming. It's coming. And then he's like, you know what? I missed that. And I'm like, damn, I didn't get it. Like, I was wrong. There it was. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, Durant. Thanks for the call, man. We appreciate the feedback, brother.
Later, boys.
All right, see you
All right,
later.
buddy. Good call.
See,
Jim.
I thought his recommendation was to get rid of Sean. I would be like,
I was
oh,
waiting for it.
yeah.
Me and Joey even looked at each other like,
And then he said, "Oh, bring back the picks," and I'm like, "Oh
And
wow,
actually,
he didn't go
it
that
is a
way."
It's a good
point.
idea.
We used to do the picks, and we would do all 16 games every single week. And
We would. I think what happened a lot of times back then, before we got like Facebook Live and everything else like that, I think people were saying like, I kind of skip out in the picks, like I'm done by then. And we were like, all right,
we do it
well,
at the end. Well, we always did it at the end of the show.
Yeah, and they jumped out.
And
That
it
was
would
the thing.
usually take a while, but we'll figure it out. We're professionals.
do a quick one right, tonight for the game.
Well, we're gonna do one tonight for the playoffs because we're gonna do our whole brackets.
Yep.
So we'll do that. And we'll do that at the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. We'll get our playoff picks in, and we will get them locked in so you can keep track at home and hold us accountable. And I like that. I like when people call in and they're like, "Hey, faggot, you picked the fucking way to pick the fucking Bills over the fucking Colts, you retard," or whatever. And you get a nice little upset, and people get a little bit, they get. People take the pick shit personally.
Sean's like, yes, the Bills will lose.
Get that, Mr. Garrison. Retard alert. Get it up.
Yeah. Get the triangle. Ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling. Joey Fast Radio, 774-992-8702. Make sure you like and share this video. If you haven't clicked the share button, go ahead and just share that shit to your timeline. We appreciate it. It helps us out a tremendous amount. So just click that little share button and like it. And make sure you get over to Row 1 Seat 1 and like our page as well. If you haven't got there yet, just go right over to @Row1Seat1.
38 likes away. Someone share the page. Share it with your friends.
Get your friends to like
Yeah,
it.
we just want to see that nice round 1,000 number.
Is it round?
Well,
I mean, there's 3 round numbers in it.
Okay.
it's rotund.
Right, it is rotund.
It's corpulent.
It would be.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that. Corpulent.
Yuck.
Happy Corpulence 1000.
Well, somebody used to call
That'll
me.
be the slogan.
One of my buddies used to call me Corpulent Joseph. So
Jesus.
You repugnant bastard.
I am. I'm just a
Where's Ben?
fucking
Ben, you watching? You
just a fat piece of shit.
What
you know
kind
what,
of friends are looking up that thesaurus? What else
know
can I
what's-
call this bastard?
Hey, no bullshit. The repugnant's a big story. That's for another day.
You know what's nice though? I've actually kept off a lot of the weight I lost during COVID.
Nice.
Yeah,
Proud
You
of
mean
you.
COVID the
I'm
disease?
I'm down to like 300 even, and I haven't gained it back. I got down to 294
Remember that time we went on vacation and I waited at a crisp.
Crisp.
But you said it with like a lisp at the end for no reason. You like quisp. And was it 303?
303.
Bro, that was a whole vacation. I was like, this motherfucker said
that was
crisp.
the last. That was the first time
I'm so crispy.
I broke.
I'm so crispy.
Like a 2-piece out of Popeyes. That was the first time I broke over 300.
Fries, please.
And I think I've only gotten under 300 one time since then, and that was when I was done with the academy. The last week of the academy.
Yeah,
I was
you were running.
Yeah, he was like, I was doing miles.
Yeah.
And miles a day.
But yeah, that was it. So from that was January of 2014. Because that was the cruise that was a cruise I got engaged on.
Yep.
And with those, so me and my wife were literally the last 2 people on the boat that cruise.
Yeah, not
because
intentionally.
The flights got fucked.
Yeah.
There were storms and there was a shit show in Chicago. And
it wasn't like you were late. It was just shit happened.
Shit happened, dude. But it was nice. We walked right through security. There was nobody in there. We're like walking through. I'm like, wow, this is
the boat was leaving.
Fucking nice. They were literally pulling the gangplanks up
Yeah.
as me and my wife were getting on. And we were like, oh shit.
You're like,
we
please
just made
don't
this shit.
forget my luggage.
Fun fact, if you do book a cruise, right? Always book your flights through the cruise line.
Mm-hmm.
You might pay a little more, but if what happens to us happens to you, they will actually hold the fucking boat.
This is
and
true.
wait for your flight if you book them through the cruise line.
We have a travel friend in here.
Neat little tip trick.
Somewhere, so you can always
Exactly.
ask him.
Oh, yeah.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the radio program.
Front row football participant.
Yes. So
I don't know where he placed this year, but good for him.
So let's take a look here. Let's get our row 1 seat 1 Pick'em League co-champions this year because we had a tie at the top.
No bullshit. Literally the last 3 weeks because of fantasy football, I don't think I made any picks.
I finally lost. Congrats, guys.
Oh, I owe you money, by the way. Phil told me to give you money. To give you, because I owe him for league dues. So he told me just to give it to you. Because he's like, I'll see you before you see him. I see him.
What? Okay,
Fantasy
we'll
football.
we'll talk.
Fantasy
We'll talk about it after. Because the money, the books I have right now, even after being cooked, are a mess.
Listen, I told this dude to cook the
Sean
fucking
was like,
books.
oh, you want to see how you cook the books?
I told Sean. I hired Sean as my my
Aficionado.
financial advisor.
This is a pro bono role.
Yeah, do this.
He is the CFO of my fantasy league, of all my fantasy leagues.
And then I have guys pouring out, hey, 6 years ago I wasn't paid. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro, I took over for this year. Vallejo, son.
Yeah,
Vallejo.
no. Anybody who claims they weren't paid is a liar. Everyone is paid.
Oh, I'm not going to say anything else.
Everyone's paid. Except for the people who won last year and forwarded their money to this year.
Oh, okay.
That's different. That doesn't.
Yeah, I'm
that's
joking
different.
about that. I wasn't paid
But
6 years ago.
No, I know. But but Sean is my CFO. So I told Sean, here's the shit. Cook my books. I don't want to have to fucking pay any money. Cook this shit up. And what does he do? Oh,
Joey,
boy.
you in the red.
He's like, you suck. Joey Fast Radio, row 1 seat
I
1.
may have to kill Paul.
Hey, how's it going over there, guys?
Oh,
Good,
hey,
how's it
what's
going?
going on?
All right. So I got some little big faith here. He's disagreeing on who's the better quarterback, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady.
Well, it's Peyton Manning. We've been over this 1,000 times.
God, no. Do we have to do this tonight?
We can.
No.
There's so much shit to
That's the
talk
rest of the
about.
show right there.
Let me guess. Tom Brady's better. He has 6 wings. How can you argue against 6 wings? Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's his argument, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's right here? What's your name? My name's Dominic. How you doing?
That's an amateur ass argument, Dominic.
So this is Dominic. He works for Bentley Pizza.
Okay. That's just a very lazy take. If you're just gonna,
What's up with a sliced linguiça?
yeah, right. Like, where the fuck? Like, why do I not have fish and chips then? What the fuck?
Ooh, tendies.
Ooh, tendies. No, I listen. We're not gonna do the argument tonight because it's not on the agenda. We really don't have time to get
I don't feel
into
like
it.
fighting with anybody.
Oh, I do.
know what?
I always feel like
Hold
fighting.
on.
No.
We could do a Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks for a tidbit on the website and just have it up there, the three of us.
We could do that.
They're going to say,
One night.
You
You know.
barely walk up Palmer Street. Shut up.
What?
What?
he said something about you can't read.
Anyway, all right. Well,
That was the end of
I
that.
think we lost them.
so take my word for it as the expert on the show, as you've heard. You know, I've been told the last couple of weeks that I'm the best one on the show and Sean sucks. And So
Whoa, there was a Keith in there somewhere.
No,
Well, no,
Keith, you were killed off apparently.
You were just okay.
Apparently
You were just
I'm
okay.
dead.
And by the way, I was the only one of the three of us that was called Buddy, so suck my balls.
Oh, that's true.
At least John doesn't claim to have a fucking link in there, Kirk Beckins.
I can't hear what he said.
Dude, you are breaking up so
we're
bad, bro.
losing-
Are you
Can
calling from the
please
ocean?
switch to a regular service provider?
Yeah.
And get off your Metro PCS,
It's your Boost Mobile.
T-Mobile.
It's Verizon, dickhead.
Oh,
Hey, there you are. Welcome back to the show.
son of a
Oh,
bitch.
it was on speakerphone.
You dumb
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
bastard.
come on, amateur. That is such
How are
an
you related?
amateur radio. Like, how do you know? You leave it on speakerphone, and then when they answer your call, you always take it off speakerphone immediately. Come on,
Well,
that's
I-
radio etiquette 101.
I didn't know your radio equipment was that inadequate.
It's not my radio equipment that's inadequate. It's
phone.
called when you
Oh,
call
what do
into
I have to
any-
set up a whole goddamn radio show around my goddamn single phone here?
No, you just take it off speakerphone. That's
Now we can hear you.
yeah. That's how we hear you clearly.
Oh, okay. So, dickhead number one here says Tom Brady is still the best. But yes, I already gave him all the arguments that you've given me. So yeah, hey Dominic, you're wrong. So shut up. He's also like 17 years old.
Oh,
I thought he was gonna say he's 7.
well, listen, you tell
Yeah,
that.
pretty much.
Well, you tell that kid by the
7-year-old.
time he was at his 10th fucking birthday party, I was running Black Ops into China. So you'd get some fucking duct tape over his mouth and tell him to shut the fuck up. He's wasting my time.
Black Ops into China.
My brother said to do something about duct tape and
Black Ops.
Black Ops. So
Anyway, that was
shut up.
That was The Rock. Come on, Ed
He said
Harris.
cops.
Anyhow, well, thanks for the call, man. We'll do the Peyton
Why you
Manning
lost-
Tom
Wait,
Brady
wait,
thing.
wait, hold on, wait. What was the current discussion right now? Because are we talking about pool or?
No, they're talking about how
no.
your dad loves James Harden. We were fucking amazed.
Yeah, no, we
Don't.
were just doing our pick segments.
Yes.
Our row one seat. one
Oh, is that
pick
is that
video.
is that shooty hoops?
Nope, it is definitely not shooty hoops.
Oh, okay. Well, can't chime in here at all then.
Squeef doesn't do
I'll tell you
sports
how.
ball.
Yeah, I know he doesn't play those sports balls.
No, you guys want to talk about how good an M1 shoots or fucking something like that?
Well,
I'm
listen, there'll
down.
definitely be video content for the website.
Yeah,
on
why don't
Shooting
you
Guns.
get that GoPro out of the range there and start making me some content for my fucking website?
I weaponized an RC helicopter, so you should probably
Yes,
put that
yes, he
on
did.
there.
Yeah, we actually
Yes, he
do good.
did.
We actually do good. But now we need better footage, though. We need better footage.
We need to set up stuff for you to
I feel
shoot.
like the
More
meme,
better.
like the Spider-Man guy. Like, I need more. I need
Yeah.
pictures of Spider-Man.
Jonah Jameson.
John Jonah Jameson.
Yeah,
This is true.
So get me.
Hey, what if I
understand
take
the,
the round
farmer's guy.
4 off a super sweet jump?
Just get me more weaponized RC helicopters
We'll set up targets
and more
for you.
GoPro footage of you shooting guns and doing dumb shit.
I don't think Jeff is gonna like us setting up a camera at the end of the range. He's
Hey.
gonna assume we're shooting at something explosive.
Well,
which,
come on. Remember when we put the GoPro in the dirt 200 yards down right in front of the steel targets?
we did do that, didn't we?
Yeah, I was just watching the
What,
footage the
Woodcock?
other night. Yeah.
Yeah.
We took the GoPro and we put it like just right in front of the steel target at 200 yards.
Okay, so when I get my down payment on a house / fucking ACOG scope, we'll do a
Yeah, we gotta-
ACOG versus ACOG on an M1 versus an AK-47 with iron sights.
Yeah, we'll do the range footage next week. We'll get around to that because we got the same days off, so we can do that.
Yeah, we're gonna do mad mag dumps.
Yes, mag dumps for days, son. Mag dumps for days.
I just
Officer
tits.
Doofy is gonna. What do you want, Darkness?
I was just saying peace
We're
out.
saying bye.
Yeah, we're just saying.
Oh, he doesn't want my smoke.
Here comes the part where we hang up on you now. So bye. Thanks for
Hey,
the
my
call.
RAV4 could be your Lincoln.
Hey, make sure you share
What
the
did
show
you just
too,
say
you
about
asshole.
my Lincoln boy?
He says he has no cars.
He said he has no cars. He said your RAV4. I mean, his RAV4 can shit on your Lincoln. So,
Yay.
so yeah, make sure you share the show too, dicks. And all you other people listening, that was directed to the caller, not to our actual real nice listeners. No, nobody probably got my. That was the Rock reference. Remember when Agent Sinclair is in the teleconference with Ed Harris, and he's like, "By your 10th birthday, I was running Black Ops into China. So why don't somebody get some friggin' duct tape and put it over Agent Sinclair's mouth? He's wasting my goddamn time." I love that part.
It's a great movie.
It's such a great movie. I fucking love that. I might watch that shit tonight.
You should.
774-992-8702. Give us a call. We got a lot on the table. But I do want to congratulate our two regular season co-champions with records, tying records. Then now this was not a tie. whoever Maximus is, I don't know who
I don't
you
know
are.
who that is.
I don't know who Maximus is either.
I'm
If
not
you
sure who
click
you
on
are
him,
in
does
real
it
life.
say?
It doesn't. I already
doesn't.
I checked earlier. It doesn't say. But Smarty Jones, longtime friend of the program,
Yep.
Regular.
since
Always,
day one.
always top 3.
Yep, day one, always top 3 in the Pick'em leagues.
Yep.
He takes home, I think this is like his 3rd or 4th crown in the Pick'em league now.
Was it?
He's up there.
We got to go back.
He's definitely up there since we started doing the row 1 seat 1 picks. He and Maximus tie with a record of 171 and 83. I came up in 3rd with 163 and 91. So 8 games back. I went off the rails on Sunday. I just went with all upset picks, trying to go against the grain because I was trying to
You were
catch
trying
these
to catch
guys.
up, yeah.
Smart.
So I couldn't.
I honestly didn't pick in 3 weeks.
Still maintained my
Fantasy football
slim
really
lead
eats my
over
picks.
Sloan Dog Millionaire, who finishes up at 4th with 160 and 94, and Sean bringing up rounding out the top 5, 156 and 98. So Smarty, Maximus, guys, get a hold of me. I'm writing it down right now. We're gonna get you some row 1 seat 1 t-shirts, and some stickers and some swag and some cool shit. And yeah, congratulations. Well done.
Yeah, congrats,
good job.
guys.
Good
This
job.
still does continue, by the way,
For the
through
playoffs?
the playoffs.
Does it?
Oh, yes. This still
I
rolls.
did not know that.
So
set
this
up a
still
new
rolls on. Now, obviously, there's less games.
We should set up a new one so that way other people could jump in just for the playoffs.
I don't think you can.
You could
Not
do
this late
one.
in the
I
game.
think you can do. You might be able
No,
to.
I think you could do just a playoff one. You could do playoff fantasy football. Never mind this.
Let's look into it, and then if we do, we'll post it
We'll
on our
post it on
Facebook
the
page.
Facebook page,
And
yes.
then everyone can just jump in.
Yes.
So we still got. We still got people that we owe gift cards and T-shirts to. So Graham, Alex, and Graham twice, and Alex, we know you guys get it because you guys won the.
We got Sarah's shirt too still.
And Sarah, yep, which we're just waiting on the next order of shirts. So once those come in, we got to talk about that after the show. But yeah, first time we've ever had a tie at the top
Yeah,
after the regular
legit.
season. Now we will have an outright winner, I believe, because this does carry through the postseason. But the
Regular
the
season's
contest,
regular
the regular season's the regular season. So you guys will both be getting T-shirts. So just shoot me a PM on Facebook and get me your size and your address, and I'll get those mailed out for you ASAP. I only have 2X shirts right now. I know Smarty's probably a little smaller than that, but we'll get him his in the next round, next one. Next batch of T-shirts, which might be a little bit more creative. We might actually have some fun shit printed on them too.
Slogans.
Cool.
Some slogans. I read the thread,
Oh my God.
which we got to come up with.
Probably one of the greatest moments we had on Zoom history.
No, that's all on Zoom. Okay.
Honestly, and I don't even remember this. You guys talk about it all the time. I don't even remember what you guys talk about. I really don't.
It was you agreeing with a Celtics junkie, a.k.a. Coach Mac.
Bro, you went like off, and then Keith was like, "I saw the thread," and you're like, "This is fucking possible to see the
You're
thread."
like, I'm in many
every
threads."
thread.
I am
No,
everywhere.
because you were sitting there and you were like, blah, 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 and I started laughing. Like, what the fuck you laughing at? I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, what do you mean? I was like, I read the thread.
And then-
Sean lost
Hey,
his
and
mind.
then you see for that split second, I was watching the screen. You see Joey's face, go like, Joey's like, "Bitch!"
I'm
Like,
in
no, you
many
didn't.
threads.
I am
I'm
in all the
threads.
I am in every thread.
Joey's like, when you think that you're in the right thread, you were actually 4 threads away from being in the right thread, so you were wrong, Keith.
I'm like Neo in the Matrix. I'm
And
everywhere.
Sean legit just couldn't speak.
Like, I watched the faces. That's why I just saw Joey go.
Yeah.
Joey made like that face
like,
you made when you have no comeback,
Yeah,
and he's
exactly.
just like, "The fuck."
Like, how did you see this?
Yeah. So, we're gonna talk about the playoff games. I'm sorry.
So
a little bit of a tangent.
well, let's before we dive into the playoff games, I do want to talk
Whoops.
one quick thing because we got about 18 minutes and then we'll get to the top of the hour.
Top of the hour, we're going to do the picks.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yeah, and then we'll do our playoff picks at the top of the hour. So a couple things I want to get to in the next 20 minutes. Number one, is Derrick Henry the league MVP this year?
No.
2,000-yard rusher. Now,
No.
keep in mind,
No.
if he does not win the MVP,
He's
there will-
Offensive Player of the Year.
there will only be 2,000-yard rushers that did not win the MVP the year they rushed for 2,000 yards.
Adrian Peterson.
Wrong.
Adrian Peterson did win it.
CJ2K. Yes, he
Pey-
did. Adrian Peterson beat out to Peyton Manning.
I thought
2012.
Peyton Manning won it that year.
No.
and AP didn't get it.
Peyton got
AP
comeback.
got comeback. Peyton
No.
won. I
All the way
thought I had
around.
that backwards.
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
Oh, hi. Am I in the air?
You on
This
the
is the
air.
whitest.
live.
This is the white.
Oh.
This is the whitest sounding black guy I've ever heard.
Hi. This is Manny from the not so famous Dive Bar Zoo podcast.
Dive Bar Zoo podcast, fantastic.
I'm so
Listen,
nervous.
if you guys ever get a chance to, Dive Bar Zoo on Spotify, hysterical.
I'm so nervous right now talking to Joey Fat. Hey, by the way, quick side note. When I was a kid watching The Rock, I thought it was actually The Rock, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I wasted 2 hours of my life watching it.
What?
The movie was shit.
Oh, okay.
And not The Rock.
I should just hang up the phone right now.
The Rock was
movie
awesome.
was
Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery.
I think it's like my
Face
fourth
Off
all-time
next.
favorite movie. It's like Pulp Fiction, Saving Private Ryan, Terminator 2, and then it's like a tight race between Die Hard and The Rock.
Nah, okay, The Rock is good though, but no, what's not good? Face Off.
Oh yeah, Face Off was
You know,
pretty bad.
I actually kind of liked Face Off.
No,
I'm not
it
going to
was-
throw it
it
up
was-
there with the greats.
It was pretty awful.
It was awful, but I loved
no.
the fucking like dumbness of the movie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, I'm gonna
See,
take
I am-
face.
I'm John
I am
Travolta.
a fat black man. Joey is a fat white man.
Facts.
If we trade faces, you would still know that Joey is white and I'm black.
I don't know. By this
Nick
phone call
Cage
right
is
now,
a crackhead.
you could pass
John
for a white
Travolta
guy with a
loves
white guy
men's
face.
dick. There's no way you can tell me they're not the same person.
Right? I mean, John
If
Travolta's
you
like a fatty,
think-
right?
If you think Face Off is a good movie, I'll spit in your face.
You know what was definitely a better movie than Face Off? Con Air.
Oh, Con Air was great.
Con
compared
Air
to
is a
Face
cult
Off.
classic.
It
Con
is.
Air is up there with Tales from the Hood.
Oh, Tales from the Hood was fantastic.
Tales from the Hood 2, though, not so much
Yeah,
good.
not so much.
I
good,
watched
man.
it.
Yeah. Of course.
What about
And
Vampire in
If you can
Brooklyn?
watch it on Netflix, pass on that because it is not good.
You know what movie is fucking awful that I watched the other day? Greenland. With Leonidas.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It is literally the worst fucking disaster movie I have ever seen in my entire life.
Did you
Like,
call him Leonidas?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
You don't know his real name?
Yeah, the guy from fucking
300. I know what you mean.
Olympus has fallen like 72 times, and he's always like, you know.
Go on.
He's like Liam Neeson, like the president always gets kidnapped. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how
Wow!
many-
Breaking news: Nick Casario, the new GM for your Houston Texans.
Yeah, that's not
Ew,
breaking news
gross.
anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway, who
it's-
cares?
No, it just came
Stop
through.
it.
They just
Yeah,
named
who
it.
cares?
Okay, so breaking news here on
Trash.
101. No, but like Liam Neeson and Taken, it's like Taken 3. It's like, dude,
It's the same fucking
how
movie.
many fucking times is your daughter gonna get kidnapped, guy?
Actually,
Like,
well, it
your
went from the
daughter.
daughter to the mom. To
well, whatever,
like,
your
both of
family,
them.
like Jesus
To the
Christ.
both of them.
Same thing with like Olympus's Fall. Like I watched, what was the latest
It was
one that
London,
just came out?
Olympus,
Olympus, London-
and there was a third.
Angel or
Washington.
something
Yeah,
like that.
Angel
Or-
was
or-
Oh,
Yeah.
It was and, it was entertaining, but you gets like framed and blah 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 blah. Terrible. But no, Greenland, fucking awful,
Honestly, the
dude.
G.I. Joe movies really suck too.
ooh,
How did we get into this tangent? Like, do you know what movie sucked? Face Off. By the way, you ever see Tales from the Hood?
because this is what Manny does. So Manny is a like professional hijacker. So like
I'm a troll.
if he was
Troll.
if he was a little older on 9/11, guess where he would be? Like
Oh, my
tattooed to the side of the World Trade Center somewhere. But
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
said
I'm just
mean
kidding. That's
shit.
his. I'm just kidding. That's his co-host on Dive Bar Zoo.
Yeah, he's a terrorist. Yeah,
He is. He is an actual
Oh my
Arab.
God.
Mark Bar?
he's not Italian. If you see him, he's a terrorist.
Yes, he is.
He's Syrian and Lebanese, and I hate his guts.
Yep, he's awful.
God.
No, but
Does
this
he
is
make good
this is
pita
what
buckets?
happens on Dive Bar Zoo, where all of a sudden you're talking about the NFL playoffs and Derrick Henry being in the MVP, and next thing you know you're talking about GI Joe and Leonidas. Just
Joey,
I was
what is this
actually,
man's
I was
name?
actually calling
Manny.
about the playoffs actually, but then I got
Isn't it
sidetracked
Clive
with The
Owen?
Rock.
That's okay.
That's all right.
So
Tell you
we'll
the truth.
talk about the playoffs.
Okay, NFC. Or I'm sorry, AFC, NFC. You guys pick.
Go NFC.
NFC. Aaron Rodgers will choke yet again.
Okay,
Uh,
fair.
I have the Seahawks will go out in the first round or go all the way, and no in between with them.
I can see that.
They
Yeah,
are
I mean, I
hit and
get
miss.
Because
that.
they're at New Orleans, so it's if
No,
they
they're
get.
not.
No, they're hosting the Rams.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right, I'm looking at this on my second round picks.
Oh, okay.
So I just kind of teased my own pick there on accident.
Yeah, see, I didn't put any of my picks just so Sean couldn't cheat.
I am a Tom Brady fan, but he will do great in Week 1 against the football team, then shoot his pants in the second round.
Okay.
I kind of said the same thing. I told one of our coworkers the same exact thing. I said,
Second
"Watch."
round would be
He was like,
Packers.
so I lost a bet to one of our coworkers at work. I had a $50 bet that the Patriots would would either have a better or as good a record.
Well, we
as
all
the
thought
Bucks.
Cam was going to come in and be like somewhat
Well,
decent.
so he said, "What do you want to do?" He said, "Do you want to do double or nothing on the Bucks playoff game?"
And you were like,
and
"Yeah."
this is like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, "Fuck no!" I was like, "Watch, they're probably gonna get some fucking shit bum team from the NFC East in the first round." I was like, "I'm not fucking doing that," and because he wanted to bet on the first round, and
Lo and behold.
and I was like, and then they'll get their asses the doors blown off them in the second round, and now it's kind of shaping up like that
Yeah.
could end up being the case.
Because I'm torn between Tom Brady being a winner and the Bucks being losers. So we're thinking stronger. The Bucks being losers, or Brady being a winner.
It's the unstoppable force versus the immovable object.
Well,
Because
I'm
that
going to
was
say
last
that
year
Brady's
with,
not as much of a winner because he had a Belichick, so I'm going to go with the Bucks sucking is going to overtake anything good from Tom Brady.
Bruce Arians is a piece of shit.
Whoa!
Because that was the Chiefs last year with Andy Reid and Mahomes. Mahomes is the winner, and Andy Reid's a loser.
Yeah, Andy Reid finds a way to fuck it up.
So there was a battle for
At
3
least 9
quarters
out of
last
10
year.
times.
It was a battle all the way to the last
Well,
minute.
Andy
of the
Reid
Super
just
Bowl.
finally has the right chess pieces now. Now he's like, speed. They
No,
are speed.
Well, the X Factor was Garoppolo. That was the X Factor.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo missing a wide open Emmanuel Sanders,
or not even looking at Kittle in the middle of the field.
To wrap the game up, that kind of hurt.
Even that last drive, Kittle was sitting there like this, doing a jumping jack in the middle field, like, yo!
Manny, when are you guys doing new episodes of Dive Bar Zoo yet?
Yeah, we're doing it soon.
All right, so I want to make sure you do that. So and then let me know so I can link your shit to our page.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys, I'll do the same. I'll give you a shout out to less followers than you guys. That's all right.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
thanks,
appreciate it,
it's
Manny.
all good. Well,
All right, guys, man, stay black. I gotta go.
All right, buddy.
All right,
Thanks.
we'll
Take
be
care.
right here. Don't worry.
Stay black. Yo, hey, he made me laugh in the chat. He was like, "It's called African American Ops."
Yeah.
Like, no.
Manny's one of the. So it's a funny story. Like I was at it was last March. Obviously, I work with him, and I didn't realize like I don't know like who's from the area. Like I was still pretty new at this time. This is right before the lockdown shit happened. And I went over to what's that fucking place over by Stat now? The coffee place, Java Shack,
Java Shack.
Oh,
Java Shack.
yeah.
where they yell at you if you don't have your mask up over your nose. Which is why I literally went in there and
I've never walked in there.
I went in there and the girl like bitched at me like sir, you need to put your mask over your nose. And this is like right after I just left the gym. I was getting my wife a coffee and I'm like,
I can't breathe.
I roll my eyes. I put the mask up. If it wasn't for my wife's coffee, I would have turned around and walked out. But then as I was standing in line waiting, I was like, I got a better idea. And then I got my coffee and there's like they give you the iPad and it says tip. And I said custom tip and I just put 0.00 enter. Like such a fucking petty like fucking thing. But I was like, yeah, I got your fucking mask over your nose right here,
He's
fucking
like, there
bitch.
you go, biatch.
But anyhow, so I was at Java Shack right before the lockdown. Again, I was getting my wife a coffee because she works across the street. Mm-hmm. And apparently Manny was in there. And apparently I just walked right by him, like didn't even notice him. Didn't even say anything. He was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, sup? And I just walked like out the door.
And then the next day,
And
we're
his
just like,
girl, I guess I
douchebag.
don't know if it was his wife, girlfriend, whatever, was like, do you know that guy? And he goes, apparently not. Apparently I just know the guy. So I see him like another like couple days later, like the following week at work, and he's like, hey, way to fucking walk right past me and you look like a dickhead, you fucking asshole. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, Java Shack, green, green hoodie, orange Broncos hat. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah. I was like, what the hell? He's like, you were there? He's like, yeah, I waved and you said hi to me. And I was like, I did?
He just, but I can be. You know what? I have done this
The
before.
mask, it just fucks you up.
No, it's not the
No,
mask.
this is before the lockdown. This is before masks.
Just get in the zone, man.
Dude,
Guys,
I've
before masks.
I've accidentally walked by coworkers that I work with daily, and they're like, "I saw you, Marisol's, of course. I saw you at Marisol's."
Go figure. Your
and-
crack place?
And they
Marisol's don't sell coffee.
Hey,
they sell crack. Let's face
That's
it.
fine. Anyway, I love
Sean's thinking, I get my fix.
That's right.
I totally do it
Many
chippy
times.
right now.
Anyway, so and they're like,
Do you keep it, are you I keep a gallon of chippy in my fridge kind of guy?
No.
No, Sean goes in for the freshie.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's be honest. Most of the time, Sean goes there to check out the UMass girls in the yoga pants. I mean, that's the only reason.
and I dye my hair when I go in. I'm
That's
like,
the only.
yeah.
That's the only reason. That's literally the only reason I go to.
He's like,
Marisol's.
look, I'm still young-ish.
Look, I'm 29.
Sean, like I used to love going to Marisol's when I was in sales, and I'd just go in there with my laptop and I'd be like, nice.
They're like, sure, it's unplugged and it's not working. You'd be like, shut up.
You'd be like, what do you mean? It's on my screensaver. I'm taking a break.
My screensaver's black. Anyway, I've walked by coworkers and they're like, we just said hi to you, and you just like you gave us a head nod, walked right by, and I was like, I don't remember that at all.
You're like, listen,
I
you haven't
completely
had my
understand
coffee
that.
yet. Fucking
But anyway,
tired as hell.
I ghosted Manny, and of course, he was like, you're a
Rude.
racist, and I was like, well, I mean, I'm not racist, but I do stereotype like a motherfucker, so.
He had you dead to rights.
He might have, but great podcast. His podcast is phenomenal. I love it.
We'll link it up.
It's one of my favorite listens. Dive Bar Zoo. Check it out on Spotify. It's hilarious. His co-host, another coworker of mine, my buddy Jordan. He's a fucking riot.
You hate his guts. I got
They
it.
are hysterical together. Well, because Manny will just say, he's like me. He just says whatever. There's no filter here. So it's real. It's a real funny podcast. I definitely highly recommend checking it out. Again, Dive Bar Zoo. Check them out on Spotify. I think they're on Apple Podcasts too. But anyhow, we'll get the link up on row1seat1.com where you can go and check out all the fun articles we have. all sorts of good stuff. NASCAR season finally is coming back in another month. I can't fucking wait.
I
February
can't wait to
17th.
just make shit up as I talk about it.
I know, and
Me and Joey started talking about stuff. She's like,
we'll have some
Man,
articles in the
them
playoffs.
breaks.
We're gonna do some videos.
They
We got
light
some
up.
breaks. We got a lot of shit, man, coming up from row1c1.com. The guest list is growing, so hopefully 2021 we will have some pretty significant guests on the show that we will be zooming in and
get Jared back.
and talking about. Yeah, I'd love to talk to him, see how his rookie year went, especially during all this mess.
Doug
Because
Peterson's wife.
Doug Peterson's
That's
wife,
about
who
the
apparently
bruises.
he gets beat. I thought that was just Jim Rome, right?
Ooh.
Bro, I'm so glad I found that clip and
Dude,
posted
that was
it.
awesome.
Nick Keith just broke the news about 5 minutes ago that Nick Caserio has been
Yeah, I
hired
just
as
broke the
Texans
news.
GM.
Yes.
Which,
Fuck
what
him.
does that do for the Texans? Like, let's
Nothing.
touch on
It
that
does
real quick.
nothing.
Does nothing.
Does it?
Dog shit.
I mean, it gives them a GM that's not their head coach.
And they have
So
like
they got that going for
They
them.
got that going for
what's above GM? Like president?
VP.
The VP of
Dude, that
football
fucking
operations, unless
Jack-
they make the GM the president
Which
of football operations.
sometimes they do.
John Elway.
Yeah.
The Patriots like priest from like 2 years ago was like the president there. Like how the fuck does that happen?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Like that Jack Easterby guy who's like firing everyone in Houston.
Oh, like the PR girl that everybody loved.
Yeah, he just fired her. He
Yeah.
was like no women. Get right with Jesus. Bye.
This is
and everyone was
Boys
like,
Club.
geez, we loved her.
So I was explaining to my dad how NFL ownership is like the ultimate boys club,
It
It
so
is.
and like you got to like slob so many
You know what it
knobs
is?
to,
It-
just
it's
to be
like,
able,
listen.
because the owners have to vote to let you buy a team. Like you could walk in there with $10 trillion and be like, I want to buy, I want to buy
The
I
Rams.
want to buy the Broncos, and they'd be like, no,
Dude,
but I'll pay double, and they're
you know
like,
what the NFL is?
Nah.
Augusta in Georgia.
God, I want to play that course so fucking bad.
Good fucking luck.
Joey Fast Radio, row 1C1.
Hey, it's Alex.
Oh, we've been waiting for
Oh,
this.
Alex, you sound
Oh,
mad.
oh man.
Where were
My
you
voice
like
just
an
did
hour
that.
ago, bro? Where were you an hour ago?
Oh man. I was working out. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! I was working out. He's
Alex,
so aggressive.
before we get into what I know you want to get into, is Derrick Henry the MVP?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, but I also think Derrick Henry has a very
Listen,
strong case.
it's Rodgers, Allen, Henry. That's the only three people you could talk about.
Well, here's the thing. Rodgers is the king of the 1 yard touchdown pass. Like his numbers were purposely inflated, like his touchdown numbers, to pat his ego because the Packers like drafted a quarterback in the first round. Like imagine if they picked like T. Higgins or something. Like I mean,
Then
the
he'd
Packers
probably have
would
50
be
touchdowns this
fucking
year.
so much better off.
And then, it's like, I don't know. I still think Aaron Rodgers' touchdown numbers are really impressive considering he only really has like one like excellent target in Devontae
He has
Adams.
Devontae Adams. That's it.
And then it's like, we got
And then he's
TJ
like, hey,
Lazard,
No, I mean they
Allen.
have, they have
Scantling,
Valdez,
Scantling.
and Tanyan, and then other than
Yeah.
that, they're just like, yeah, whatever.
They're like,
Aaron Jones, run the ball. Okay, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
does
you
it.
know what? They have like St. Brown.
You know what the
You know
Packers?
they-
You know what the Packers' offense is missing this year, though? The token white receiver. They don't have one.
No, they have
To
one.
Jordan
have
Nelson.
But they don't have like that guy. They don't have like. There's always that one guy, like
He's
they
the
have-
tight end. He's the tight
They
end.
have the tight
Tongan.
end, Tanyan.
No, it's not a wide receiver.
Yeah, he's talking about like the
I
Jordy
know,
Nelsons,
Yeah,
but-
like the
Jaravishes
Jeff
of the
Janices
words.
and the Joe Juravicius.
Yeah,
and-
right.
Look him up right now. He's probably
Hey,
Hey, I'll
tired.
tell you what. Here's one thing that we haven't talked about, and Alex, I don't know if you knew this, but Bakhtiari's not playing for the Packers.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah, he's done for the
His
year,
knee's
isn't
Dunzo.
he? Yeah, he's done for the year. That's a big.
That's a big
Yeah.
loss.
Big fucking loss. But Alex, go ahead, man. I know you want to let loose about this Giants Eagles
no,
thing.
no. I just kind of caught up. I started it live and watched your segment, and I absolutely I agree with you. Like your premise. Right? I'm not gonna beat a horse to death. I vented last night on the post just because I knew I
saw.
had
It was a
busy
good vent.
day.
It was a good
I loved
vent.
it. I like it.
Oh man.
I felt like
Hey,
giving you a
dude,
Coors
Doug
Light.
Peterson better keep his job because the Giants, whatever the spread is, take the Giants next year.
I agree.
I'm fucking telling you.
They are very,
like-
very, 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 very upset.
They are a woman
Alex,
scorned.
Alex, do you have insider info about Doug Peterson beating his wife? I need that.
No, straight up, I'm trying to start that rumor. So
Hey, so he's pulling the Sean. He's like, where there's smoke.
If you keep saying it, eventually someone's gonna be like, "Hey, you grabbed his wife's arm a little too tight in public."
I look at the last 4 years. If you keep saying it, it's true. I mean, if you keep saying Trump's a racist and you said there are very fine people on both sides, if you say it over and over and over and over again, eventually people will believe it.
Yep.
Exactly, Joe. You get it.
See Beckham in New England next year.
I'm
I'll be
there.
like,
I'm with you, Alex. I'm with you.
Why would you
Hey,
want that
dude,
trash bag?
but here's the thing though.
Desperate.
Like, isn't that like it's not like the NBA because the NBA, right? You tank because one player that's the guy can literally change your franchise for a decade.
Not really.
No, like a LeBron or Anthony Davis
Yeah,
could.
But
of course.
it's a chance to get that guy. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah, but I know what he's saying. It's easier in
In
basketball
the
to find
NBA,
that
it's
guy
easier. I
than
mean,
it
there's
is
a
in football.
reason why the NBA had to fucking come up with the lottery system and all that.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
when the Rockets tanked to get Hakeem Olajuwon, they were like, "This is fucking bullshit." And that was kind of that was the final straw that broke the camel's back. Because then they had him and Ralph Sampson, and it was like, "What the fuck?"
And they still won nothing.
And they still won nothing until they got rid of Sampson, and then Olajuwon went on, and Jordan ducked him 2 years in a row. But whatever, we've been there. We've been down.
Yeah. But
Well, like
here's
Jordan
the
was
thing,
like,
though.
had a
Like,
couple championships.
wasn't you that Joe
Ducked him.
that said earlier that, like, it's not like if you lost that game, you get Trevor Lawrence, right? Like, you're going from 9 to 6, and like, think about this. Last year, the Dolphins screwed themselves. They ended up needing to get they drafted 2 over Herbert, which obviously is a mistake. But they fucked
I'm
their
not sold on. I'm not
It's
sold on
still
that yet.
too soon.
I'll give you that. It looks like a mistake
He
right
had
at this
no
moment.
line.
But Tua was also banged up coming into this year. And you got to remember, Alex, and I talked about this on the show last week. There are certain teams that no matter how talented you are, when you get drafted to them, you are doomed to
Yeah,
suck.
you go there to die.
That is fact. Hey, and I think Haskins. I think you might be surprised. Like he might take off running with somebody else. Like
I think there's a really good chance he uses this as a huge wake up call, and I think he can turn around because I think he's got the talent. I really do.
Yeah, he has the arm.
Well, he's
that's-
accurate. Look
that's
how
the thing.
accurate his ball. Like he made great decisions.
I'm actually kind of rooting for Haskins to latch on somewhere else,
Where?
anywhere. I don't care where it is, as
Strip
long
club.
as it's a
Well,
good team.
we know he did.
As long as it's a well-run franchise with a good head coach and
Okay,
a good
so
and-
name
and-
a team that's like that right now that doesn't have a quarterback.
Next to strip clubs.
New York. New York.
Las Vegas.
Yep. Hey, do you hear his defense?
Give
It
me a
was
minute,
fucking
I'll
classic. My dad's like, "Oh, I love this guy." He goes, "It's the only place open with COVID." Like it's like fucking great.
It's true.
Oh
All right,
man.
yeah, it's Dwayne Haskins in New England. That would work.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
I
hey,
would kill
dude,
myself
Hey,
again.
that would scare
Would
me.
you rather have
That
Wentz
would
or
scare me.
Haskins?
Haskins.
I would kill myself, but I'll take him.
They gave me that poison pill. I'm like, oh, suck it up, bitch. And I take the pill.
All right.
Yeah, but
Hold on, Jameis Winston.
Well,
Or-
Joe's
or
right.
Wentz.
Jameis.
Well, think about this. Like, the guy drafts you, right? Like a head coach, right? Like, it is you come into a good situation, ideally. Like, Dwayne Haskins' head coach, Jay Gruden, got fired after 4 games. I mean, like, and then, like, a different guy got promoted, and he wanted a different guy. So, I mean, like, he was never put in that situation like that.
I don't think
situation.
Dwayne Haskins had a fair shake in Washington by
I mean,
any stretch.
he could have done things differently
He got some good shape.
on his own.
He could have.
Well, he got good shakes. But
He did lack maturity. We talked about it. We talked about Booger's comments last week. And,
Yeah,
and we went on that. And Booger wasn't wrong to say what he said. What he said was actually right. And Haskins. But here's the thing: Haskins still has the opportunity to correct this mistake.
Yes,
Sure.
does.
He's
young.
plenty young enough.
He's
He's plenty
23
talented
years
enough.
old.
Where if he goes, I mean, the fact that he did pass through waivers and nobody claimed him,
That's a bad
a
sign.
little bit of a red
Yeah, but
flag.
it's the end of the year.
No contract.
People don't
no
need that.
contract.
Right,
contract.
right. They don't want to
That's
pay him
fine.
the rookie deal for being that
Yeah,
high up.
exactly.
Right. So
Exactly.
this year
So
when
you
he
let him
signs,
skate, and when you sign as a free agent, you can do
right,
whatever
and then you
want.
try and lure him in as a free agent. I listen. I hope. I really do honestly hope, and I'm rooting for this. I'm really rooting for Haskins to end up latching on somewhere else and being like an all pro
about
in the
Indy?
next 3 years.
Yeah. Hey,
Indy would
what
be
a story that
a
be.
fucking great
Hey,
spot for him if Phillip Rivers decides to hang it up.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, think about this. He literally said that exact same point. He goes, "I'm friends with the quarterback for BYU. By the way, I think he's going to be a stud. I think there's 3 perennial Pro Bowler quarterbacks in this draft. But he goes, we're the same age. He goes, I just got to treat this like a redshirt year. I'm going to get in the best shape of my life, and I'm going to prove something." So,
Yeah.
like, the fact he said that, like, I'm like, okay, now you got my attention here. Like, I'm
maybe
rooting for him,
he
too.
does. Maybe he does get it a little bit. Maybe
Yeah,
he does
that's
realize
the
it.
shit I fucked
And
up.
that's it, but that's what we love about the NFL. We love the comeback story. Everybody's sitting here gushing over Alex Smith. Look, I can root for a guy like Mike Vick when he comes back into the league because
100%.
he paid his debt. He did his time. He did what he had to do. What he did was fucked up, but whatever. But I can also still root for him.
Just throw that in there. I mean, it was
You know,
fucked up.
It was. I mean, listen.
My boy still throws a fucking 90-mile-an-hour football. What can I say?
I'm not going to say, if it'd been different types of dogs, maybe I'd be a little bit more upset about it. But
Chihuahuas.
he was doing God's work. What can you tell? I mean, come on. The man was, he was eradicating child killers. But anyhow.
Yeah, I'm not a big pit bull guy myself. So
but you know what I mean. It just
You're such a cute boochie.
This league is all about second chances and third chances and fourth chances, and if you're talented enough, you'll get them. So
what's his name? The Smith brother there that fucking's been out of the league like 19 times for drugs.
You mean Josh Gordon?
Well, no, but the defensive dude that's still only like 25. Alden Smith, yeah. How many times has been booted out of the league? He's older than that now.
Yeah, but you know what you mean.
Hey, So, anyways, I was just gonna say, like Miami, they drafted 5th last year. Okay, people don't realize the AFC Championship game last year. It was the Titans and it was the Titans and the Chiefs. If the Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't win that game against the Patriots, okay, it would have been the Chiefs hosting the Titans in the wild card round, not the AFC Championship. Like, I mean, just to think, like the last game of the season. I think I posted Andy Dalton playing to the end to knock Baltimore out and get Buffalo in a few years ago. Like,
Baltimore to get
that
Buffalo
has been the fucking protocol to the end of time. And Doug Peterson did something that's never been done before. And he purposely lost that game. I've never seen anything like it. Obviously, I'm more pissed because I'm a Giants fan. I'm really fucking pissed about it.
Alex, let's be real.
I don't know. You just don't do that in football.
Because the Patriots would have been the 2 seed.
Would have been. Oh, okay, yeah. So, but Alex, let's say this: as a Giants fan, what does going to the playoffs and hosting the Bucs do for you?
Well, here's the thing. One, because I called before the season and I said the Giants were going to playoffs, so it was
so
shit on that.
Validation.
So, just
right. Hey, you know what, Alex? Oops, it happens to the best of us. Okay,
yes.
Right.
Yeah. But the second thing is I know Joe Judge and Gettleman. Like, I am rooting for those guys. Like, they have huge contract incentives. They get huge bonuses. Like, I'm just saying there is a lot of bonuses involved. And then the third thing, I just want to beat Tom Brady again. Because I'm surrounded by Patriot fans,
Alex,
I love them to death. They're my best friends, but one's a fluke. Okay, two's a fluke too. But to beat the freaking Bucs, who the Giants got fucked, by the way, on Monday night against the Bucs. That when they picked up that flag, it would have went to overtime. Imagine if the Giants had that win back. No, I'm just saying just to beat Tom Brady the third time, I think it would have been satisfying.
I know. That's what I was saying. I was rooting for that.
But for your football team, it does nothing but hurt you. You get worse draft capital.
You never listen. I'm not saying the 6-10 Giants would have gone on and won the Super Bowl or even gotten close, but it is, as a fan, I would much rather my team go on an improbable run. For example, the 2011 Broncos with Tebow. I was much happier.
Were they 6-10?
No, they're 8-8.
Exactly.
But I was much happier with them backing into the playoffs, winning the division, and hosting and beating the Steelers in that one game than I would have been if they had lost to the Chiefs and the fucking whatever the fuckboy Raiders or Chiefs would have got in and whatever. Like,
you were 8-8.
It got the fan base. It got the fan base going and attracted Manning.
Right, but it was a fun. It's about, as a fan. Honestly, I care about the draft picks, but I also understand with the draft, the difference between being, in the playoffs, out of the playoffs. You're a couple picks away here and there. You can always move around in the draft. And sometimes being in the top 10 doesn't guarantee you
let's be real
a franchise-changing talent or even a
100%.
The Giants were bringing a B team to go up against whoever they faced in the playoffs.
C team.
Okay, that's fine,
Whatever.
that wouldn't. But everybody said the same thing about the Seahawks in 2010 when the Saints came into town, and then Beast Mode was born, and we had the Beastquake, and look at that. That was on par. And then the next year we had Tebow against the Steelers. Shit teams can do damage in the playoffs when the opportunities present themselves. I'm not
They
saying the
can.
Giants
No,
are a
they
good
can.
team,
I
but I'm not
get
saying
it.
they can't. We talk about it every year, every weekend, right? At any given Sunday.
Yeah, this is true.
And that's
is
why
true.
you play the games.
Well, Joe, hear me out here, okay? Danny Dimes got hurt against Cincy, okay?
Mhm.
He wasn't healthy. Okay, so they
Yeah, well, they played him way too early.
They beat Seattle. Okay, he finally got healthy. Also, McKinney, who was the top-rated safety in the draft, who picked off that last one by Dalton. Granted, it was a bad throw, but like he's been playing. Like if you look at the pro football grades, he's been playing like a freaking Pro Bowlers for 6 games.
Mhm.
Like the Gettleman had a fucking good draft, even though Andrew Thomas or Anthony Thomas or whatever had a bad like first half of the season. But no, he turned it around. I am just saying, like, the Giants were peaking at the right time, and because of COVID, the home field advantage without fans is not what you think it is.
I agree 100%.
And Levante David is hurt, like, down for the Bucs. I think Washington wins this game. I'm dead serious. I think Washington wins this game.
We already said earlier they have a chance.
Listen,
we were actually going to get into our picks.
I'm gonna come out and say I'm not gonna wait for the pick segment. I'm picking the Redskins to upset the Bucs on Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday night.
yeah.
I mean, I
Hey,
am
do you
too, but
see
that's out of
Chase
pure
Young saying,
hatred.
"I want Tom"? Do you see that? Like Chase Young's leaving the field. He's like, "I fucking want Tom Brady."
Yeah.
That's
Like,
not what
dude,
he said.
like,
He said,
I-
That's what he said. Go ahead, Sean.
He
Get him.
said, "I'm coming," repeatedly.
Phrasing, boom.
Oh, dude, I fucking love it. Yeah, no. So, hey, but last quick thing I was gonna touch upon was you asked me if David Henry is the MVP. I think he's the
Derek.
best player for his position, even more than Mahomes at quarterback. Like he's the best player at his position in a while in the NFL. Like I just think like he is.
Well,
In
you're gonna put
granted, Tannehill's been balling. Like if Tennessee has a semblance of a defense, they should be a hard out.
I
Like,
think
in theory,
Tennessee's going to be a
no,
very difficult
Yeah,
out.
but David Henry, of course, he can't rush for 2,000 yards in today's NFL and not get MVP. Especially when
mean,
there's not.
There is a precedent set though. If you rush for 2,000 yards in a Tennessee Titans uniform, you are the only
Yeah,
team.
you're not
the
gonna
only
get
one.
it.
You're the only one not guaranteed to win the MVP. Every 2,000 yard
CJ2K,
rusher
baby.
in the history of the NFL. Oh, there was 8 of them. Only 6 of them won MVP. Or I'm sorry. There's 8 and 7 won MVP. The only one to not win MVP. I'm sorry, 8 and 6. Yes, because we have
CJ2K.
was CJ2K. CJ2K is the only 2,000 yard rusher to not win MVP. Now we don't know if Derrick Henry's going to win it or not yet. We'll find out in a couple weeks. But if he doesn't, the only 2 running backs that will ever have broken 2,000 yards and not won the MVP will be Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. Hey, but here's the thing though with the Titans though, like they needed every single one of Derrick Henry's yards to win that division.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, because they literally like won it like last second.
Well, I mean, look, you go back to 2008 when CJ2K first came on the scene, and it was him and Lenwale, and the Titans went 13-3 and won the division.
Lenwale.
You know, and you had Adrian Peterson in 2012 when he came up 9 yards short of the all-time
After
record.
blowing his ACL.
You're right, and he came out 9 yards short, and they only went 10-6. You know,
Yeah.
like sometimes like those 2,000 yard rushers, like they can be the dude that I mean, clearly Derrick Henry is the straw that stirs the drink in Tennessee.
Well, listen,
Totally.
AP is the reason why Minnesota won any games.
Oh, the only reason, absolutely.
Just like Barry Sanders was the only reason why Detroit ever won.
But I never saw why Derrick Henry's not the MVP for me is I never saw Derrick Henry like have like a make or break game this season. Like he did great all
No,
year.
but it's production by volume.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that's all it was, and it just
Yeah.
it never was like he took over a game. Everyone was like, "Oh, Derrick Henry."
No,
took
but
over.
you know,
It
I'll give him
never
this. There was
happened.
probably 3 games this year where he broke a run off, and you're like, "Whoa, that seals it."
Well, he's gone.
I'll give you that one. But like Sean said, there wasn't a game where you went into and you're like, "Oh, it's 5 minutes into the game, and Henry's being that dude, and he continued it for the entire."
Never
Well,
saw
well,
it.
I think that's the nature of the position. I do agree with
Trying
that,
to beat
but
him
that's the
from
nature of
last
the
week.
position.
Oh,
I-
I mean, who are you gonna put? You got Adams and Cook below him, right? Those are the only 2 guys that are in those tiers.
Yeah,
Aaron Jones,
Devontae
No, that's what I
Adams
meant.
is
I'm
king of
sorry,
the
sorry.
1
I meant
yard
I
or
meant to
2
say
yard touchdown
Jones,
pass.
Jones and Cook. Green Bay Jones, Cook, Minnesota.
See, I think Dalvin Cook was a better running back this year than Henry personally. I mean, he doesn't have the yards,
the
but
stats don't
but,
show you.
but the stats don't say it. But if you watch the games,
Oh, Dalvin Cook took over games.
destroys guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, Derrick Henry does too. He has some violent stiff arms and he knocks dudes over. But that's because of his size. But Dalvin Cook is just like he can cut back. He breaks away. He finds holes. Derrick Henry's just like, give me the ball, I'm the juggernaut, and he just runs. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. They're different backs, but I mean, if you were a GM, honestly, like Sean, who would you take?
Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
Cook is younger. Cook is younger.
Do you know why I said it that quickly? Because the
Why?
knees of big running backs do not last.
This is
You
true.
remember guys like Tim Hightower. You remember guys that are very tall running backs. They will bowl you over. But if you take them down, if their knees get hurt, their career is
Well,
done.
what's his
They're like a
name in
horse.
New York. Josh Jacobs and
Josh Jacobs is doing fine in Oakland, Las Vegas.
No, the dude from New York, the Giants, Jacobs, the
Brendan Jacobs.
Brendan Jacobs. Brendan Jacobs. Brendan Jacobs, another guy. He got hurt, and then that was it.
That's it. He was done.
Yeah, I mean that's always what happens. Like if as soon as those guys get hurt, they'll get hurt.
Yeah, what?
They get hurt.
What?
They're like a horse in a race. Like you have to put them in the pasture. Like it's all done. They're never gonna run again.
Gonna old yellow the bastard.
They're gonna bring him to the sideline. They're gonna be like, "Yo, knee's done." Pow! Shoot him right in the face.
kisser.
Under that blue tent, they'll be like, "Don't worry, HIPAA violation. Don't worry what happened here. There's blood all over the field."
See, I don't know.
HIPAA.
I'm just to kind of to comment on Key's thing. I just did a little quick research. Like you said, that Derrick Henry's is a product of volume. Henry's right in line with most other 2,000-yard rushers. He's in that three. I think he had 382 carries this year.
Jesus.
And I mean,
That's a lot of
a
fucking
lot.
carries.
right, but Jamal Lewis. It took Jamal Lewis 387. It took
again,
Jamal Anderson 410.
but those were
it took Terrell Davis 370.
Well, what did AP do it in?
Adrian Peterson. That was the only one I actually didn't. Look up.
But those were volume guys though. Like, dude, when Jamal Lewis had that 2,000-yard season, that came out of fucking nowhere. And they're like, well, he carried the ball 300 times.
Well, he was also delivering coke on the side.
This is true.
So he was running from the
But
police,
Dirty
running from other
Birds
drug
and
dealers.
Jamal Anderson, that was a one-hit wonder. He never came sniffing close to that again.
Sniffing, nice.
Just trying to keep with the theme.
Oh, man.
At least with AP and those other guys, they
348 AP did.
Oh, AP did it impressively then. See, I was like 50
That
carries
was
less.
he was I think and
That was
CJ2K
definitely
did
impressive.
it in like 362.
He did it.
A lot of long runs that
Yeah.
they had those years. But that's the thing, like you've got to almost hit like to do it in under 350 carries is damn near impossible. Like most guys didn't. I think only 2 of them did. So it just kind of makes sense. But
the goat of RB's AP.
yeah, like you get volume. You're a volume guy, but it's not like it took him 450 carries.
Yeah,
to get
right.
it.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, dude,
Alex.
very interesting.
Alex,
Before-
thanks.
I was
You
gonna
got one more thing. Go ahead.
Before you get out of here.
Thanks for letting me call in. But final take here.
What's your Super Bowl? That's all we need to know. Who's your Super Bowl?
Yeah. No, hey,
No.
I'll get to that in a sec. I just say with the Eagles, they did the unspeakable. I mean, I was screaming T. Higgins all draft long because I'm obsessed. Same thing with Tyler Etienne, by the way, this upcoming draft. I love. No, I'm just saying, like, there's other guys. Like, you have Minnesota laughing that Eagles took Rager and they picked Jefferson after. Like, I mean, like, you can get guys like the fall off. Like, you cannot face your team and say we are playing to win. Like, I don't know how you recover from that. It's just something you don't do. So I'm so mad. He's my mortal enemy.
He goes
right
home
now,
and beats
Doug
his wife.
Peterson.
That's why he recovers.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right, and you heard it here
Apparently so.
first. Throw on seat 1, according to Alex. Doug Peterson beats his wife. Alex, thank you very much for the
Yeah,
call, man. We
appreciate it,
appreciate you,
No,
brother.
hey, Super Bowl pick, right?
Go.
The Buffalo Bills.
Fuck
are going
off.
to the Super Bowl against the Saints.
I love it. You
But
keep
against
it.
the
You
Saints.
you
All right.
Hang up on this man.
you keep it New York.
All right.
You keep it New York. 100%
Kiss my
of the
ass,
time.
Alex.
Come
Later,
through.
Alex.
I'll say New York.
Get that
All
comment out of
Later,
here.
buddy.
You could have said any other team.
That was great.
Fucking Buffalo.
That was great. 774-992-8702. Give us a call if you want to get in on some of this action.
All right, let's get into our picks.
All right, yeah, let's do the playoff picks. We talked about Elway. We talked about Derrick Henry. We talked about the Giants in Philly.
Oh, wait, really? We have to get into one more topic. I'm sorry. We have to get into it. Cleveland Browns.
They are fucked.
Completely fucked. No head coach.
None.
So the week after you give them no motherfucking wide receivers.
You know, this is the 3rd time that the Steelers will have benefited from a team
This is true.
getting
and
a
they're still gonna fucking
COVID
lose.
outbreak. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
What's up, guys? It's Ken. I know I haven't called in a while.
Ken, you're going to get some Subaru questions.
I'm not even in the Subaru. I'm actually home.
How's it
I
running?
know, and he actually sounds like he's home.
He is.
I am home. Yeah, I'm calling from my house phone, actually.
What?
the hell is that?
Wow.
Fucking
Wait, hold
landline?
on. Is it corded or cordless?
No, it's cordless actually.
Oh damn.
Actually, so he surprised himself.
I was hoping it was.
Hey, how you guys been? Like, how's your holidays and stuff? Good?
Very good.
Fucking talk to me like I don't see you every day.
Good,
I know, I
good.
speak East all
Ken,
the
I'm
time.
drinking a tangerine White Claw, Ken.
Oof.
Life is good.
Ken, holidays was good. Anytime I had time off, I enjoyed that time. How about yourself?
I had 2 weeks off
Yeah,
because
same
of
here.
COVID.
Hey, actually, Ken, where the fuck is more articles from you?
Oh, I know. I need to get more articles. I was talking to
I was
Keith
like, wait a
about it,
minute.
like, the other day.
Like, this
I think I
piece
was
of
talking to him
shit sent us
yesterday
warning
about
and he
this.
quit.
I quit.
I know. I'm sorry. I've been slacking.
Nah, it's cool, man.
I had
It's
a
not
week
cool,
off
but
last
whatever.
week and
Oh my god, he's doing a
had
smell
some stuff
himself.
to do and shit like that.
All right, well, Ken, you just called in on our pick'ems here. We're about to do our playoff pick'ems. Let's hear what you got, sir.
All right.
So, Joey, what game you want to start with?
Let's start
Oh,
with the bye.
we doing this Ken on the line?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
No, we'll just get Ken's picks and we'll let him go and we'll do ours. All right, Ken. Who's I'll tell you what, Ken. Give me your final four.
What?
AFC, NFC. Final four.
All right. So final four. Probably gonna go with Green Bay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Their
The
opponents.
toss up between Tennessee or Baltimore.
Bro, what?
Okay.
And
Tennessee or
then-
Baltimore. Wow, that was good.
So basically, whoever wins the game this weekend is going to go against.
That's
the
exactly what he's
Chiefs.
saying.
I like
God
it.
damn, that
I
was
like
good.
it.
And then shit. The
So who
other
you got in the
NFC
NFC?
opponent. I'm
Don't say it.
not gonna say Tampa Brady. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Thank
Okay.
you, Lord Jesus.
You got the Bears, the Saints, the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Skins.
Might be Seattle or New Orleans, I guess. I don't know. It seems like all these playoff teams like to choke.
Might be
at
Seattle.
a
Might be New
certain point.
Orleans. You know.
Ken, fucking
Might be the.
bullet in the chamber, bro. You got to
I'm
give
a-
me an
you know
answer.
what?
Who's your
Might
four?
be, the,
All right,
might be
I'm gonna
Seattle.
say
Might
the
be the
Saints.
Skins.
Saints, Packers, Chiefs, and then Baltimore.
Who knows? Could be the.
Okay.
Bills.
Okay.
So
All right, so
All right,
who's your
Ken.
Super Bowl?
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to get your ass on your computer and go over there and write an article about this, and throw it up on the website. Okay?
And right how Lamar's trash.
Yes, right. How
yeah,
Lamar's-
Lamar's trash and he chokes.
He
yes,
does.
absolutely.
Chokes kids
Hey,
probably
I
too.
just want to ask you guys, who the hell's
Smoke.
David Henry?
Fire. Yeah, I don't know. He messed up.
He misspoke. He meant Derrick Henry.
He seems like a nice guy, but yeah, I heard David Henry, and I'm like, who the hell's
Oh,
that?
Alex is great.
Oh, Alex is the man. Yeah, he's a huge Giants fan. He was just fired up because he hates Doug Peterson. You know, he broke
He
the news
broke
that
the
Doug-
news.
that Doug Peterson beats his wife. So
What?
yeah, he's
Is
in the
that really
Jim,
true?
yeah, he's in the Jim Rome category.
Jesus.
Just
So it
ask
looks
David
like
Stern.
he's gonna get fired then.
Just ask the ghost of David Stern.
R.I.P. to David Stern. Come on.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is.
I like how it says R.I.P. like he actually died.
Ken, thanks for the call, brother. And
No problem.
you know what? We'll,
Get to typing.
We will no. What we'll do is, you know what, Ken? Shoot me or Darkness or somebody, or throw it up on the Google Drive thing. Throw up your picks for the playoffs game by game, because I'll compile them all into one article and I'll post it up on the website later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Since,
I don't know if I'll get to it today because I know I got to get to bed, but.
Oh yeah, you got.
Oh, I know. I got a big day at Toyota in the morning.
Big day, big day.
Nah, jeez, don't
Ken,
even remind me.
Ken's gonna charge all his vape pens. Make sure he's good to go for tomorrow.
That's right, for the Subaru
Yep.
and work. You're right.
Absolutely.
Come on, guys. I don't vape, guys. Come on. All right, boys.
Ken, you drive a Subaru, you vape.
I do not.
Boy, I
I
hey,
don't.
he got firm with you there. I like it.
I
do.
don't.
Way to be, Ken.
I'm gonna dispatch our little like TMZ branch from Row One Seat One to catch you vaping one of these days.
Our DMZ branch is Alex, by the way.
Yeah,
Legit.
right,
It's going to be
apparently.
like an
Legit.
episode of
Doug
Cheaters or
Peterson.
something.
Does Doug Peterson beat his wife? Find out more at 11.
These goes to
Hey, is
Alex.
this going to be
Yes.
like an episode of Cheaters or something?
Yeah, it could be.
could be.
Could be.
All right, boys.
All right, Ken.
All right, Ken.
Thanks for the call,
Thanks
buddy.
for letting me
Later,
call
buddy.
in.
Thanks, Ken.
Absolutely.
Shake it easy.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Ken Kniff, the Row One Seat One contributor. He just writes articles for our website. So
Dude, I would legit
be
laugh.
sure to go over to row1seat1.com and check him out.
If Alex went around with like his camera and you just stop people and be like, "Did you know? I know you have your mask on right now, but I have to ask you a quick question. Did you know Doug Peterson beats his wife?" And the guy's like, "Who is?" Just cuts off, goes to the next person. Just
All right,
starting
Joey,
this
where we
shit.
starting?
Let's start the AFC.
Okay.
You guys started up. I gotta pee.
All right.
Remember,
so,
2 hands on the window.
So Keith, big important matchup this week. The Chiefs
well,
against
so wait,
the
hold
Chiefs
on.
against nobody.
Chiefs against no one. All right. So we just got into the Steelers and Browns game
Yes.
before we had those few couple phone calls. Browns fucked again. for the second time in 3 weeks.
Now, do you think it's a conspiracy theory, like most Cleveland fans think?
Well,
that
just letting the Steelers, get the best chance they can to win.
Yeah, they think that the Browns are being set up to look like the clowns again in the NFL on purpose. Like, we have to be the punching bag, right?
Well, so here's my thing on this, and they kind of have a little bit of gripe. How many games how many weeks were Steelers games postponed?
0.
No, Steelers missed some games.
What were they?
They
Oh,
got
three.
Okay. How many Ravens games were postponed?
17.
Exactly my fucking point. But yet, every time something happens to the Broncos, the Browns, or any other team that nobody really gives a fuck about, no, you got to play. Fucking suck it up, Buttercup. The Browns head coach
Time to
is going to
pray.
be a combination of Alex Van Pelt and their special teams coordinator. That's going to be their head coaches for fucking Saturday's game.
They should allow just like a tablet.
I was just going
like
to say,
FaceTime.
they should do some kind of Zoom or like phone call like with Stefanski and be like, yo,
My
call
question
this.
to you guys,
Yo,
though,
call that.
and obviously I heard
Where's
your whole
Fred
conversation
Kitchens?
because I just peed out the window,
Sick.
so I was in the room. But my question is, yes, the Browns obviously they're trying to fuck us again.
Yeah, of course.
And I could even make the argument. I've probably made the argument the NFL bails out the Steelers every chance they get, which they do. They're not the Patriots or even the Chiefs now, but they're pretty close. They're a long-standing routine bailout team. Does it really matter? I mean,
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Were the Browns really gonna beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh in a playoff game?
I think they could.
Probably
No.
not.
Forget,
Probably
there's no
not.
crowd. There's no.
I know.
The Steelers have been fucking reeling.
But
The
you
Browns
really-
got
but
a
you-
Brown.
I know, but the Steelers look. The Steelers are not the team that started the season that we are all like, oh wow, they could really do some damage. Now you're looking at the Steelers teams like, all right, they clawed their way to a win.
I
What
know,
can they do?
But it's the Browns, and it's Baker Mayfield. And I mean, like, even though the Browns made the playoffs, Baker Mayfield still comes off as unimpressive to me. It's all done with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Chubb time.
Okay, that's fine. But guess what? That's a pretty fucking dynamic duo. Put it
It's
on.
a pretty decent duo.
I know.
And
Not gonna lie.
Listen, I like the
Those
Brown-
are both ones in any other team.
I like the Browns roster as it's currently constructed, but they're not winners.
Their defense is gritty.
Dude.
They play a
Again,
hard game.
this is
like-
one of those teams. This is one of those places we talked about last week where if you go, you're just doomed to fucking fail. Like they're the Browns. They're tragedy
But let's say this.
personified. Like that's what they are.
A couple years ago, we celebrated their victory because everybody got beer. And that was their first win in almost 2 years.
They did get both.
Now
wins.
they're in the playoffs. So what they built since this new regime has taken over, minus Fred Kitchens,
With
it actually has worked. They're fucking 10-6.
They could just bring back Fred Kitchens for a week.
They should have been 11-5 if it wasn't for
I know,
the no
but
wide receiver game.
let me ask you this. I'm going to paint you a picture.
Painted
Browns-
Bob Ross.
Browns go into the playoffs. They go into Pittsburgh. They lose a tight game. Field goal at the gun.
Yeah,
They come out next year and go 6-10.
I can
Is
see
anybody
it.
surprised?
No.
Right, exactly. Because they're not a great team.
They can go 4-12, and I'd be like, not surprised.
Right. They're not because you're
Yeah,
just
I
like,
get it.
yeah, okay, they're the Browns. That's what
I
they
get
do. They had a good year.
All right.
Now they're gonna be shit.
So you both picking the Steelers?
Yes.
Yes, I am 100% on board with the Steelers.
100. Good. Pick the Browns.
I'm gonna pick them just to say fuck you both.
All right, yeah.
Okay,
fine.
that's
Browns
fine.
it
I
is.
mean, good.
That's an
good.
L for Keith. Next.
All right, so next, so
It's Chubb all over that
uh,
ass.
man, you guys are just like jumping to Sunday games and it's not going
What?
anywhere.
We're going to
We just
AFC.
did AFC. We did it in the AFC.
We did one game. We said Chiefs versus nobody.
So
All
we
right,
did Steelers,
so-
Browns. So you got Titans, Ravens.
How about we go Buffalo and the Colts?
I wanted to save that for last.
Okay, so all right, Titans, Ravens. Oh, my fly's down.
Oh.
Hey, I got it.
Imagine if I did that on the air.
No, because then it would have been I caught my penis in the window on the air, and then I pulled the fucking.
I literally pulled the
Something
Quagmire
about
after
Mary.
the show,
Giggity.
and I dropped the window on my dick while I was peeing out the window.
Anyway.
And then
It's
you
like
almost said
Quagmire.
something about Mary.
Yeah, it's
Is it the
Quagmire.
Frank or the
Yeah,
Beans?
it's
Is it Frank and Beans?
Yeah, it's in the window this time.
Titans, Ravens. I could care less who wins this game.
You know what?
I hate.
I can say the same thing, but I hope the Titans win.
I guess I
The
hope.
Titans are going to win this game. My chocolate stud pony is going to run wild all over the
Like
Ravens.
you did last year.
Like
And-
Hulkamania.
And the Titans are on
Tell you
to
something, brother.
the Titans are going to be on to Kansas City.
Okay. I like it.
I want the Titans to win. I'll stick with who I want to win.
Sure.
From Titans. That's it.
Sure.
Titans. Okay. And then
So this is the sad part of the playoffs because we were all excited about the Colts making it with Phyllis and everybody going in there, the rookies. Like we were like, oh wow, maybe they could actually like make a run in the playoffs, and then they fuck up and get the number 7 seed.
and they
after-
draw the goddamn Bills. The two teams that I really wanted to see win it all.
Like we wanted this to
and
be the
im-
AFC Championship.
Right, and immediately right out of the gate, I'm going to lose one of the two teams I'm rooting
Yep.
for.
So-
So my sentimental favorites, obviously in these playoffs, are the Bills and the Colts. Like, obviously, I'm rooting for the Colts because it's my brother's team. I love the Colts anyway. I love their players. We watch them every single week, so I'm invested. I wicked want to see Phillip Rivers get to a Super Bowl and win one because it just
not this year.
I feel like his career is never gonna be. No one like
there's nothing cemented with Phillip Rivers. Like he's just he put up a ton of yards, he won some games, but
right, he's never going to be regarded as that great quarterback if he doesn't win a Super Bowl.
This is true, and I'm right on nail head. Like that's perfect.
Like he passed Dan Marino.
Yeah, he did
for on the all-time touchdown list.
So he's what 4 all-time now?
Number 4. So he's got 421 touchdowns. No one's ever going to look at Phillip Rivers and be like, oh, wow, yeah, he was better than Dan Marino. No. And I'm not saying he was better than Dan Marino, but what I am saying is that he is elite, and he does deserve the respect that he's the Rodney Dangerfield of the 2004 class.
I'll give you that.
Like, Eli and Ben got 4 rings between the two of them. Phillip Rivers never even been to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And Phillip Rivers, to me, probably the
better
best one out of the draft. Now, again, we sit here and we talk about, Ben Roethlisberger not getting the respect he deserves. But then you got Eli, you got Sling Blade. He goes out and wins 2 fucking, Super Bowls, both against the Patriots. Balls the fuck out, really, in both of those playoff runs.
And then does nothing else for his career.
Did nothing really, never did really anything else.
500 quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. 500 career record. Phillip Rivers had some pretty good years. I do miss Phillip Rivers and the Chargers being
with
Denver's
LT.
doormat in
But they had some fun
in
years
the West,
with him and LT and all that shit. Gates going
on. They had like 2.
Yeah. So, I mean,
6 and 7
let's be
fun.
real. The Bills are going to fucking, as much as I hate to say it, they're going to slap their dicks all over the Colts.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm picking the Colts.
Okay, have fun with that.
I'm going with Buffalo. I don't want to, but I'm going with Buffalo. Buffalo's
Listen, you can dab out with the Colts.
Buffalo's letting 6,700 fans in the stands. You know what that means? In Buffalo numbers,
the Bills Mafia?
That might as well be 1 million.
This is true because those 6,000 fans are going to be fucking wilding out.
How fucking sad is this that the Bills make the playoffs for the first time and win the division and have a home playoff game?
Fans.
They had to beg for fans
in 25 years, and they're not even allowed to have fucking fans.
They had to beg to allow 6,000 fans.
Fucking disgusting.
Listen, those 6,000 fans are going to sound like it's a full stadium.
Andrew Cuomo can fucking get fucked.
They should give out 6,000 dildos for everyone to throw.
Or megaphones.
Only if it was a Patriots playoff game, then yes.
That's a good point, yeah.
You're like, hey, Gronkowski.
They'd be like, hey, man. They don't know anybody in the Patriots. They just whip them dildos.
Or they just, instead of putting, like, best fans in football, like, they just put up a, like, billboard on Route 1 of just, like, Brady kissing his son.
Dude, that is so fucking lame.
Big dildo in the background.
I'll
beat you later.
Gay-ass fans.
No, I'm going with the Bills. Listen, I just think right now the Bills are playing
elite
excellent football. They're peaking at the right time.
And it's on all levels, both sides of the ball.
And the Colts are listen, I love Jonathan Taylor. The kid is fucking awesome. He almost saved my fantasy season in 2 leagues. And I just think that offense without T.Y. Hilton being who T.Y. Hilton was.
Taylor's hurt right now. His shoulder's all fucked up. They don't even know.
Did he just run for 200 yards on Sunday?
No. There's been reports all week.
Oh, I'm not.
That, like, he fucked up his shoulder pretty good, like something good.
God damn it, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Literally heard 0 about this. So.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, his shoulder's kind of fucky.
We'll see.
All
these guys get juiced up before
they got Hines and Wilson anyway, so like whatever.
But I'm just saying the Colts offense is good, but I just don't think. Listen, the Bills are just playing better right now. If it was the other way around, the Colts are playing better football, I might be inclined to go the other side.
Yeah, but the Colts are on the backside of their season.
The Colts are just they're here and there. You know, like they had the opportunity to seal up the division and they blew the lead in Pittsburgh. And to me, that right there is that's a tough pill to swallow.
Wouldn't it be so Buffalo for them to just lose their first playoff game?
Yes.
I mean, it would be.
But I
don't think it's going to happen.
Listen, I understand that. I get that both of you picked the Bills. I respect that. I'm sticking to my guns.
So you just hate Josh Allen.
No, it's not just about Josh Allen.
Listen, I don't think this is like an
it's
upset.
Not a slam dunk.
I don't think this is like an outlandish upset special here. Like it's an upset special.
The Indianapolis Colts have a solid defense, and if they come to play and if they can control Stephon Diggs, you stop a lot of that offense. I'm sorry. So if you stop Stephon Diggs, I think that's the key to the game because eventually Josh Allen just crumbles because he can't rely on his arm to do anything else.
Darius Leonard is probably the best defensive player that you never hear about in the league.
No, see, we talk about him, we know about him because we love watching those guys play. But he deserves so much more credit in the national spotlight.
Leonard's a real deal.
When he was drafted, everyone was like, whatever, he's a midget at linebacker.
And then he came out and fucking balled.
And as a rookie, he was just like, I'm a playmaker.
Yeah. He had, what,
Shit.
130-something tackles? His
I think
rookie
it was
year?
147 tackles.
Yeah, love me some Darius Leonard. He was, I think he led the league, right?
Yeah, it was
I think
130-something tackles.
Indianapolis can come out and set the tone. They come out and they say, we're just going to smash you in the mouth like playoff
I
football.
mean, they can, but
The thing is,
Buffalo's offense has been the one that's come out and be like, hey, try to keep up. And they light you up for 35 points.
here's my
before you
thing with
complain.
Buffalo.
They struggled against the Patriots for the first half, by the way, with nobody. Just FYI.
They didn't struggle. It was 17-9 in that game. You never felt like they were struggling.
It was
They-
never
they-
as
Oh,
close
the
as it
first
looked.
half I felt Buffalo was struggling. They were going for trick plays,
the
fourth
first,
and ones.
The first quarter,
Yes,
sure.
because think about it, Sean. They're like, all right, let's
Because
see
they
if these
knew they-
fucking things work.
Yeah, because they
That way
knew
we could
they
try
knew
them
they
out.
could fuck around and
let's
they
try them
weren't-
out in
they
the
weren't gonna
season.
find out.
So, like in the playoffs, if we're in dire fucking need, we know we can pull this rabbit out of our ass.
Right, so we don't look
Smart
like
to
Bill.
do.
We don't look like Bill O'Brien in Kansas City like a fucking moron last year.
Bingo.
Smart to do.
But no, I listen. I know you keep harping on that and saying they struggled against the Patriots in the first
They
half.
didn't struggle.
They hung 49 in Foxborough.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Oh, yeah,
care.
the second half was a
I don't care
slaughter.
how bad. I don't care how good bad that team is. What that tells me, and the thing is, when you look at the Bills down the stretch, they did what you're supposed to against bad football teams. They blew them all out.
And I'll tell you this: the biggest thing that I saw from the Bills coming down the stretch was the adjustment. The adjustments they made in game. Like when they went in with a certain game plan, and the first 3 drives, like, all right, this is fucking up. Whoop, and it works. The adjustments that they're making in game have been working to a T.
Okay.
I agree. All right, so me and Keith got the Bills. You got the Colts and the
Sure
upset. NFC Seattle Rams. And let's fly through these.
This
because
is
we're already
in
10 seconds.
Seattle.
In Seattle.
If Jared Goff plays, which I think he's going to,
He should.
He should.
I'm taking the Rams.
Oh, I love my boy Russell Wilson.
Look,
I'm
I
going
love Russell
Seahawks.
Wilson,
Same.
but
Russ,
I really,
Russ and DK are going to ball the
But
fuck
I
out.
feel like Aaron Donald and that defensive front are literally salivating right now to be like, all right, we gotta get back on the map, boys.
Aaron Donald's toned it back a little bit.
See, I think it's the other way around. I think they're looking at this going, fuck.
Oh.
Why did we have to fucking, why couldn't we get somebody who stands still in the first round?
I get it.
I mean,
Just
not
saying.
to say that the Rams, but there's a familiarity there. The Rams know how to play Russell Wilson, and they usually do play him tight.
They play him
always,
good.
They always do play the
I mean,
Seahawks
look,
tight,
the first time they played, DK did shit.
But
Ramsey locked him the fuck up.
playoff Russell Wilson is a very, very, very,
a
very
different breed.
difficult
I get
fucking
it.
beast.
Yep.
I get it.
He's like the Ben Roethlisberger of the NFC. Like you just can't kill him,
Turns it up.
and he doesn't die. So
Busta Rhymes.
you got LA, we got Seattle. Tampa, Washington. Now I already told you what my pick was.
I'm going with the Skins.
Upset special.
Listen, Red Skins, baby.
The Redskins. Hail to the Redskins.
I don't think that the Redskins can do it. I'm going with Tampa Bay.
I'm literally doing this just as a fuck you.
I
No,
get
I'm
it.
not.
I get it.
I legitimately think that because I
Let's be real.
I do
Like-
believe that the Redskins have the formula to beat the Bucks. I don't
Smash
think.
Yes,
I don't think
they do.
I don't. Especially if
Smash
Mike
mouth
Evans is hurt.
defense. If their defense can play smash mouth football,
If they can get in Brady's face and they're gonna
Tom
be and
Brady's gonna
Brady's on
revert
the road.
back to what he is, and like, oh fuck, they're on me. Take the fucking ball.
And he dumps it. Yeah.
I mean, come on!
That's him.
I watched the lesser Bears team beat Brady
Yeah.
earlier in the season.
and make him look like a fool.
I've watched Brady go 1-5 against playoff teams this year.
You get pressure on Brady, and Brady crumbles.
Yes.
I love him to death. It's a fact.
But that's almost any quarterback ever. We've been over this 1,000 times.
I know.
But Washington, for what it's worth, they're equipped to beat the Bucks, and especially if Mike Evans is walking wounded,
Great front four.
then I
I
think
don't
they've
see
got.
how Evans plays, man.
I
That's
think the
like-
Bucks. I think the Redskins got a great chance of beating the Bucks. I really do.
If you're Washington, you know what I say? Put 8 guys in the box. Tell Brady.
fucking stack 'em up.
Tell Brady to beat you deep. I know Brady has a lot of passes thrown downfield this year, but you tell Brady you throw it deep all game, you can have this goddamn win.
This is true.
But we're just gonna beat the shit out of you
You're
inside
not
the
gonna be able
box.
to run the ball, and you're not gonna get off no dink and ducks.
Oh, he'll dink and dunk. That's all they do.
That's what
And
he's
then
good at.
when they get down inside the 20 or down to the 15-yard line,
Fournette.
you've got Godwin, you've got Evans.
You
If
don't
he's
have
healthy,
Evans now.
If he's healthy, you've got
Nash.
Evans, you got Gronk, you got big-bodied guys that are tough to defend down that close. So, look, I'm just saying. I think Chase Young. Listen, man, I'm
It's your
rooting
time,
for you.
boy.
You called out Tom fucking Brady, and you're coming for his ass. Go get him.
Oh, he coming on that ass.
Go get him. All right, guys. Last one: New Orleans at Chicago at New Orleans. I think it's gonna be
If Chicago wins this fucking game,
which they won't.
I know.
How much money do they pay Trubisky? 40, 50,
Oh my
60
God.
million?
They immediately franchise tag him, and he gets his $35 million for
But
next year.
They
hold
buy
on.
him a crown.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me just play a little devil's advocate here. The New Orleans Saints have not exactly been juggernauts in the playoffs against teams that they should beat. Ergo, the Vikings
But at least
last
the
year.
Vikings had like an offense. I mean, they did.
Listen,
I'm taking the Saints.
you can't beat Kirk Cousins, bro.
I'm taking the Saints.
In the playoffs, really?
You taking the Saints?
I'm taking the Saints.
You taking the Saints?
I'm taking the
All right,
Saints.
well, we fucking all took the
They're
Saints.
all coming together because Drew Brees is retiring.
Is Michael Thomas playing?
Who knows?
And is it confirmed Drew Brees is retiring?
Yeah.
Did he come out and say it?
He hasn't come out and said it yet.
He hasn't officially said it because he's waiting till after the season to announce it. Whenever that is.
Oh, he don't want the farewell tour?
Where
Yes.
there be smoke, there be fire. He'll probably announce it after he wins the Super Bowl. He's like, it's been a great ride. I'm retiring.
So,
Thank you
yeah,
guys."
so the rumor is that Drew Brees is retiring and Michael Thomas is going to request a trade. That's the rumor.
Okay.
I can see both of those things happening.
Yeah.
Very easily, actually.
100%. And they just dumped $45 million.
And then the Saints go to back to being the
And
Saints.
then the Saints go to Taysom Hill.
Second
And
round.
they win
so
4
I know
games the
your
next
guys,
season.
You guys are gonna have different second rounds because we did pick different picks.
Yep.
Second rounds, I got the Chiefs over the Titans in Kansas City. I got the Bills over the Steelers in Buffalo. I've got Green Bay beating the Skins, and I've got Seattle going into New Orleans and upsetting the Saints, if you could call that an upset. Conference championships, I am going with the Green Bay Packers over the Seattle Seahawks in Green Bay. And upset special. The Buffalo Bills go into Kansas City and beat Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, and then they go to the Super Bowl where they will lose to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, and Aaron Rodgers wins his second ring.
I am shooketh that you just said the Buffalo Bills. Like, I'm shaking inside. Like, if they go to the Super Bowl, I'm like, I would be so wrong. I would have to admit it this season. I'd be like, I'm fucking wrong, and I hate it so much. If Allen gets into the Super Bowl.
I think they can. I think the Chiefs, obviously the Chiefs game is going to be extremely difficult. The Steelers game will be difficult, but I think the way Buffalo's playing, both of those teams can be had. You know, the Chiefs aren't unbeatable. The Steelers are certainly beatable. I just don't know that the Bills would have enough. Like, I don't know if they'd have enough firepower to go out and beat Aaron Rodgers in that offense.
So I'll jump ahead to the AFC and NFC games for myself. I'm going to say it's Chiefs Titans again.
It would also be the first time we saw two quarterbacks who have thrown 40 touchdown passes in the same season in the face-off in the Super Bowl.
This
That's
is true.
true. I'm going to say Chiefs Titans AFC Championship game, and I'm going to say Chiefs go over again.
It couldn't be Chiefs Titans.
For me, it could absolutely.
Oh, because you have the
Because I have the
beating
Colts.
Bills.
So I have the Chiefs
Okay.
beating the
Yeah,
Colts,
yeah,
and
I
then
got
the
you.
Titans
Yes,
beating
Chiefs
the Steelers.
Titans would be my
Yeah,
second.
because I
round
forgot.
pick.
Yeah, the Colts winning.
And then I have the Packers.
I don't have the Colts winning, and
He has the
I
Colts
do.
yeah,
winning.
but
do.
no, the Titans
So
are
that
still.
means
I
it's
have-
the Chiefs versus the Colts.
and then I have Packers Seahawks.
Oh, if the Colt right.
If the Colts win 1-7.
I have Packers Seahawks. Packers winning.
Okay.
And I have Packers over Chiefs. Aaron Rodgers finally wins number 2.
All right, so Joey and I at least have the same AFC team going. I got the.
Oh, fuck you.
I got the Steelers.
Took me a
All right,
second.
hold on. I got Titans Chiefs in the second round.
Okay.
Titans beating the Chiefs in the second round.
Nice.
Okay.
I would love to
So,
see it. I really
so
would.
you have Titans.
Chocolate Stud Pony
Titans
just running wild in
Titans,
Arrowhead.
Bills
Yep.
in the AFC Championship.
If Chocolate,
Bills take the Titans.
I would if that's the championship game. I'm cursing up a storm in my house because I'm gonna be wrong at Allen's to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna be so furious.
Well, that's the way I see it. I see the Titans beating the Ravens, like we said before. Bills are going to handle the Colts. Titans beat the Chiefs. Bills beat the Steelers.
Okay.
Bills AFC representative.
I could 100. I'll tell you right now, I'm not a big Titans jersey guy, but I do want to.
How many jerseys this dude buying this year?
I do want a
One
chocolate. I
fucking
do want. I
playoff.
do want a Chocolate Stud Pony jersey. If he goes into Arrowhead and runs all over the Chiefs and
Which
wins,
he can.
but if he does,
can.
if he does the Priest Holmes
Yeah.
into the end zone, oh my God,
Dude,
and then rubs it in the Chiefs.
Listen,
like, fuck you,
if
motherfucker.
besides the Bills, if there's a team that can compete with the Chiefs and actually fucking do some damage, it's the Titans.
Because of Henry.
Because they can keep the ball away from Pat Mahomes.
Bingo. And they can actually put up some fucking points themselves.
And AJ's pretty good too.
Yes. AJ Brown.
So who's
Now,
your NFC?
NFC. I got the Redskins beating the Bucks, but I have the Packers beating the Redskins.
Okay.
I have the Saints beating the Rams. I'm sorry, the Packers beating the Rams, Saints
Yep.
beating the Redskins.
Okay.
Saints beat the Packers in the championship, and it's Allen versus Breeze on a retirement party.
Oh God.
Could you imagine?
Then you ready for this one?
Speaking of going back 25 years ago, could you imagine going back 20 years ago and being like, "Hey, by the way,
Saints
20
and
years
Bills.
ago, Saints Bills in the Super Bowl." You're like, what?
You'd be like, the Saints haven't won a game
Shut
yet.
the fuck up.
That would be like Back to the Future. Be like, man, they ain't never had no sex in the Star War.
yeah.
Just leaving it like, and everyone's like, okay. I love that movie line. I had to use it. It wasn't even the same movie.
Doesn't matter.
So, the Bills are going to be Super Bowl champions if that's the Super Bowl
Oh.
in my eyes.
Fuck your life.
I would love to see it, dude. Honestly, there would be just hide your tables, If you live
Hide
in New
your
York,
kids, hide your wife.
hide your tables.
The
Don't let
Bills
them.
Mafia coming over
don't
here
let 'em
fucking
out.
everybody.
Bills Mafia coming out here and fucking up everybody.
Everybody.
You're like, hey, that's a nice fucking dining room table you got there.
Like,
Be
you want to know what
ashamed
that
of
is?
somebody.
You know what that straight up is? That's
Oh!
walking in. Devon!
Yeah.
Get the table!
That would be cool. I'd be all
I
for
would
that.
fucking love it. Last thing I want to get to before we get out of here, because we've definitely gone over, but the Hall of Fame finalist class was announced today.
Damn.
Oh, and also, wait, real quick. For the first time since 1991, a wide receiver won the Heisman.
Oh yeah, it's
Not
true.
since Desmond Howard back in '91 won it for Michigan.
Devontae.
The kid out of Alabama, Devonta Smith, has won the Heisman.
How-
Third
yeah.
wide receiver ever.
Dude, that
Pretty good,
team
win the
pretty good.
Heisman.
that
Pretty good.
team had 4 first-round picks for fucking wide receivers last year.
They've had first-round picks for wide receivers for the past
Jerry Jeudy.
5 years.
Ruggs.
It's gonna be Waddle and it's gonna be Smith
and-
this
yeah,
year.
No,
But
sir.
think about it. Think of the 2 years before that. Think of the 2 years before that.
It's just
Think
a
of the 2
factory.
years
It's
before
a
that.
factory.
They are a wide receiver fucking production. It's Alabama and LSU. Wide receiver productions.
Yeah, was it Jamar Chase this year for a wide receiver for LSU?
Justin Jefferson?
No. I'm saying this year. Sorry.
Oh, no, but I'm saying,
Yeah,
I'm saying
Justin
this year's
Jefferson.
draft.
Yeah,
LSU doesn't have the track record like Bama does in terms
I mean,
of cranking out.
with Les Miles, LSU had.
Yeah, they had like guys that were good.
Juice,
What's
Beckham.
what's the
I mean,
dude's name now
list-
from Waterboy that's the coach at LSU? You only go win the mega go Dagger.
Ed Oger.
Bobby
Ed
Boucher
Oger.
coming out
Yes.
over here.
Ed
Oh,
Oger.
go Dagger.
Yeah,
Coach
legit.
O is the fucking man. What a
Legit.
national treasure that man
Legit.
is. One thing while we're on the college football thing, real quick, I really hope that everyone in Ohio is sending Donald Trump a thank you letter, because if it wasn't for Donald Trump encouraging the Big Ten, or basically forcing the Big Ten to play football, Ohio State would not be in the national championship
exactly.
competing right now against Alabama.
This
so
is true.
we would have had was it Texas Tech or no? Was it Texas or Texas Tech? I forget, but
I don't know.
anyway, they would have been they would have lost to Clemson.
So Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. So we got the finalists for this year. You ready for this list? This
Give it
list
to me.
is
It's fucking impressive.
this list is fucking impressive. So you've got Jared Allen, obviously fantastic defensive.
One of the best defensive linemen ever.
Very underrated. Had the
Very
mullet.
underrated.
The mullet was a thing of fucking beauty. Rondé Barber, Tony Baselli, Leroy Butler, safety for the Packers for 11 years. Alan Faneca, phenomenal guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and
Forever.
the Jets and the Cardinals. Torrey Holt, Calvin Johnson, John Lynch, Peyton fucking Manning, Clay Matthews Sr., Sam Mills, Richard Seymour, Zach Thomas, Reggie Wayne, and Charles Wilson.
No, what about Chuck?
Charles Woodson. What did I say?
You
Wilson?
said
You
Wilson.
said Wilson.
Sorry,
That's what I was
Wilson.
like, wait a minute, huh? You
What the
forget
hell?
somebody.
Where did I get Wilson from?
Okay,
Oh,
so
Wilson.
Manning and Chuck, boom, locked. Top 2.
So here's I've got 4 locks for this class right here.
Okay, go ahead.
My 4 locks:
Manning,
Peyton,
Chuck.
Chuck, Faneca, and Lynch.
See, I don't mind Faneca because Faneca was that dude for a long
He
time.
Oh,
was-
Faneca is a lock. Absolutely.
No, that's what I'm saying. He 13-time Pro Bowler. Like
He was
every team he was on.
he was
like,
just one of those guys that, like, unless you watch the Steelers, you didn't really know about him. But the Steelers always had a dope ass offensive line.
And the Steelers always had a dope ass run game.
Do you have
know
that
why?
list in
He
front
was
of you?
the guard pulling.
Of all the guys, did you write it
No,
down?
I just pulled
No,
it
just
up.
you could pull it up real quick on your phone. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
you know, it's supposed to have
So
a second screen.
and then my 4 that I think are going to get in, but
Okay.
not these are not locks. Tony Baselli,
Okay.
because I feel like
He's-
that
to me,
he's going to
a
get some love.
But he's a cusp guy.
And he's an injury guy.
Well,
that's the only reason.
that's what this portion of the
Yeah.
list is. Torrey Holt, and then I'm going Rondé Barber, Zach Thomas.
See, I'd put Megatron above Torrey Holt.
I'm not putting Megatron in first
I am.
try. I'm not.
I'm putting him above Torrey Holt.
He
I
played in,
think-
like one playoff game. They had shit records. He
I don't
went
give a fuck
0-16.
about playoff game.
Like, I get it. He was fantastic.
Megatron
He
was
produced.
fantastic with shit.
Yeah, but Matt Stafford wasn't shit.
He
Like,
didn't have Matt Stafford the whole time.
yeah, but he
Yeah,
had been
for
for the
the-
majority of the
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
We went
for
over
the
this a couple
majority
weeks
of the time,
ago.
but He was still a fucking lion.
He had it for like 6 years.
Torrey Holt was on the greatest show on turf.
Yeah, I don't. I
Everybody
think,
was fucking.
I
putting
think
up
Torrey
numbers on
Holt's
that
a
team.
fringe guy to me, to be
He
honest
is a
with you.
fringe guy.
That's why he's on the bottom of my top 8.
But I'd put Megatron above Torrey Holt.
But Torrey
I put
Holt,
Megatron
If you're
above
literally looking at the
Torrey
guy, who's going to take over the game? Fucking Torrey Holt or Megatron?
right? But Torrey Holt did it at a time when throwing the ball, throwing 40 touchdowns in the league was unheard of. Like, that was like
Yes, and the greatest show
cracking
on
40.
turf was the first team to be like, this is how you score a lot of points.
Well,
Watch
no,
this.
I mean it'd been done. The '98 Broncos, the '89 Niners, it'd been done.
The Rams team offense then is that not the offense?
But it was the first time
right
when you had Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. Like, people forget Torrey Holt was
Torrey
a
Holt-
rookie in '99 when
Yes,
they went
yeah,
to the Super
Torrey
Bowl.
Holt,
and they
Isaac
won it.
Brook, Marshall Falk.
Right.
And they just spread them wide. They're like, all right, Falk, you're going to swing out, and then this guy's going to do a slant, and
Good
this
luck.
guy's going to do a double. Good luck to the world.
Yep. And it was, but they were awesome. But I'm putting Torrey Holt in above Megatron because Megatron's going to get in eventually. Torrey Holt, I think the longer Torrey Holt goes without getting in, the lesser of a chance. Like I think his chances decrease every year
All right.
until they get to like it's the 30th,
the picks,
the 30th anniversary of the greatest show on turf, and, or in 9 years he'll get in. But
whatever.
I'm going with Torrey Holt over Megatron, not because I think Megatron's undeserving, but I just don't think Megatron is going to get in first ballot.
Okay.
Because he didn't win.
Yeah,
And I know we don't really credit wide receivers with winning, but when you're in Detroit, like that shit gets held against you. Whether you
Barry
like
Sanders
it or,
never won.
whether you like it or not, right? But Barry was a rare air. Barry was better than what Megatron is. I'm sorry.
I mean, Megatron was that first, like, wow, look at this fucking dude. He's huge. He's fast.
He wasn't the
can jump.
first.
Yeah, but we've seen. Name me one thing Megatron did that we hadn't seen before.
From Terrell Owens or Randy Moss or one of those
Or Jerry
gigantic
Rice
guys.
Just
or-
named the two top wide receivers of our
Right,
generation.
but
Yeah,
not
but we'd
Megatron.
seen it before, was
So-
what we're saying.
No, Megatron was the first to do it.
No.
Megatron was doing it before. Oh, no, T.O. was first. Yeah,
T.O. was first, so was Moss.
I was thinking of the next.
T.O. was drafted
the
in
next-
96.
Yeah, no, I was off. I was thinking of the next generation when it was like the Des Bryants and all them fucking.
No.
assholes. No, I mean, look, the only reason why I even say Megatron, 4 people around him, hey, just throw it up in the air. I'll catch it. And he did.
I mean, look, I get it, but
He did.
so his best season touchdown wise was 16. Okay,
Okay.
Devontae Adams beat that this year.
I get that.
All right, his best season yardage wise, 1964. Like that's, I mean,
Isn't that a
and that's-
record? Isn't that the record?
That's insane.
That's the record, is it not? I think that's the record.
It's close. If
No,
it's
no, I think that's the record.
He did break the record.
broke all
I
the
don't think
records
I don't
except for
think
that
anybody else came
No,
close.
that's the
I don't
record.
think so. I think you're right. I do. But
That's definitely the record.
But then it's his own fault for retiring. I mean, I get he wants to get out of the game.
He
but-
said, "Hey, look, I don't want to be in Detroit no more." Well, we fucking own you. Well, then I quit.
Yep.
Barry Sanders 2.0. Barry Sanders said, "I don't want to be here no more. I'm sick of getting beat up and losing." Well, we own the rights to you, and you're the reason why people fucking buy tickets. So we're not letting you go. Well, then fuck you. I quit.
Yep. See you,
It's exactly what it was.
man. That Hall of Fame must. guaranteed
Julio was
walks.
close with 1871. That's what it was.
So I'm gonna
What was
say
that? 13,
15.
15.
So here's your top 5 in yardage. You have Megatron 1964,
Insane.
Julio 1871, Rice 1848, and Michael Thomas 1725, Marvin Harrison 1722.
Nowhere on that list is Torrey
Wow.
Holt.
Torrey Holt is number 7. It's
And that's why I put
1696.
Megatron ahead of him.
wow, that's still a lot for Torrey
Of
Holt.
course, it's still a lot.
I mean,
All right.
Torrey Holt's on the list. So Megatron and Torrey Holt are both on the list twice in the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, top 12. You got Megatron, Holt. So, yeah. David Boston, 1598.
Yeah, he had that crazy year for the Cardinals.
That was his all steroided up year, though.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Hell yeah.
All right, so for me, I mean, definitely Peyton, definitely Chuck. They're in. Rondé Barber definitely has to get in. In my
First
opinion,
time?
dude, he's the only.
You know,
cornerback.
Torrey, I know he's better than Devontae Adams, but what I'm saying is like Megatron's never done. He's done one thing that we haven't seen before, which is 1,964 yards.
Yeah.
Which impressive. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen it. Like it's come close. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but how many times did he flirt with 1,800 yards or 1,600 yards? I mean,
You know,
not many actually.
I'm gonna say really quick because I'm thinking about it like the whole time. I'm gonna say definitely Manning,
definitely Chuck.
definitely Woodson, definitely Faneca for me, top 3.
Oh, the guard. Yeah.
And then if I
absolutely,
have to
offensive
pick
line.
just a 4th one that's going to get in, I want to give it to Zach Thomas. I think Zach Thomas is the 2nd or 3rd time on the
What,
list.
from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach Thomas. Oh,
Yeah, because Zach Thomas has an
This is his
entire.
third. I
It's his
think this is
third
his
time.
third time.
I mean, he was a perennial all-star. When you talked about best linebackers in the game, when he played,
Oh, he was always in the
top
conversation.
3.
Yeah, it was him and
even
Seau.
even in his garbage last a couple of years, he still played at a high level. I'm going to say Zach Thomas. I think he deserves
See,
it.
but I put Jared Allen above him. I would put Jared Allen above Zach.
It's Jared Allen's first time, and Jared Allen was like a great player, but he was never like a game changer. A couple of years he was.
A couple of years.
A
man.
couple
I
of
mean,
years
had
he was
fucking-
great.
He was a game changer, but he wasn't.
It wasn't consistent. Like he had a couple down years with the Bears, and he went to the Vikings,
and the
got
thing is
rejuvenated.
when you're talking about the Hall of Fame too, you got to think about the other guys that are in that
Oh,
played
I know.
his position.
Yeah.
You're talking about Bruce Smith, Reggie White. Like you're talking about some elite fucking
and
company.
again, that's why I say Rondé Barber.
And again, it's not necessarily fair to say that like, oh, this guy won't. He's gonna get. But I'm just saying.
I think Aaron Allen will get in, just not first time.
Oh, he'll get in eventually.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, Allen's definitely gonna get in. But like,
You know what's crazy too, and I know again this
Look up-
isn't Megatron's fault, but the year he caught 1,964 yards, they lost their last 8 games of the season.
I know.
Yeah.
That's just wild.
they were
Is-
terrible.
Wild.
was that the thing where he like fell down and everyone said he's transforming back into a vehicle and taking the fuck off?
Yep.
Yeah, probably. But that was the Matt
So
Stafford
look,
year.
look at Rondé
Like,
Barber's stats.
Matt Stafford sweating.
Rondé Barber
throws
is
it
like
up.
one of like 2 cornerbacks or 2 like defensive backs
I know.
that have like 40 and 40.
And he was like ageless. He played forever.
Dude,
Yeah,
he was a
Rondé was
staple.
nice.
He was a staple for the Bucks.
I know, but I just
You know
think
what I think gets Rondé in? I really do. Is
Super Bowl.
no, he didn't have an interception in the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't, but he fucking played great.
No,
The
it was
whole
the NFC
season.
Championship game when he picked off McNabb
Yep.
to end the game.
Yep.
And he beat it, and he was the one that took that ball. And I think that kind of like to me, that's like
That's like
my
a moment.
lasting
Yeah, that's a
memory of
moment,
Rondé
yeah.
Barber's career. I know Rondé was nasty. I loved Rondé. He was awesome. He was one of my favorite corners because that was back in like the glory
The
days
corner days when you
of corners when you had
Sean
Chuck
Taylor,
Bailey,
Chuck Woodson, all them guys,
Rondé.
yeah.
You had fucking Ty Law was absolutely killing it. Chris McAllister with the Ravens.
John Lynch was still
wow,
playing.
Chris McAllister. I haven't heard of that.
All
in
those
15
guys.
Remember how
years.
nasty him and
Jesus.
Samari Roll were when they brought him
In
over
the
from
Ravens,
the
yep.
Titans, and like you just had like these awesome corners, like
Yeah.
Jesus.
just scattered
The early
throughout the league.
2000s, like we'll say what 98 to 05.
What was
that-
the Pat Surtain and then Bobby Taylor from the Eagles?
Yep.
Remember that? Like that was nice. Like
Patrick
there was
Surtain
They
went
had
to
Dawkins.
he went to the Eagles after the Dolphins.
no. Bobby Taylor went to the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken.
No, not Bobby Taylor.
The-
It was
Who
Surtain
was it? It was
and
Surtain and
God
was it
damn
Buckley?
it.
We
No, it
talking
wasn't.
about the
No,
corners?
Terrell Buckley was early, but he wasn't like the main one.
Who paired up with
Madison.
Sam Madison? That's what it was. Thank you.
I was like
Dawkins came what 05.
No, Dawkins was 96.
Brian Dawkins.
Brian Dawkins.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
played
B.
for a
Dawkins
long
so
was
that
time.
was that was him in that era too. That was Brian Dawkins.
Well, those are safeties. I'm talking corners.
Yeah.
The golden era of safeties, again, was the mid-2000s. You had Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, John Lynch, Sean Taylor. You had fucking...
Law.
No, Law was a
No,
corner.
he was corner.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said safeties. I thought you said
Safeties.
corners. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like that was like the golden era. John Lynch. Like you had just dope
And that was
fucking...
Lynch and Dawkins on their way out.
Polamalu.
Yeah, you said Polamalu.
Yeah, Polamalu,
Did
Reed.
you say? Wow, I'm
Polamalu
deaf.
and Reed were the top two. Them-
Right,
them
Jesus.
were the
Polamalu,
dogs.
Reed, Lynch,
Yeah,
Dawkins.
Rodney Harrison was
Rodney
that
Harrison.
dude.
Taylor.
Sean
Before he
Taylor, rest
died,
in peace.
unfortunately.
But then you had the corners too. Like we just went
Harrison.
over that list. Like there was a lot of guys that were really fucking good back in that like late early
I mean,
2000s.
we all have a pretty close Hall of Fame list. I mean, we're all within spec.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I don't look at anybody on that list and I'm like, no.
No,
There's not one
Not
name
at
on
all.
that list that
They
I'm
all
like,
deserve it.
nope.
They all deserve
Every
it.
single one of them.
Yep.
If they could put all 15 in, I would
Well,
be okay with
you
it.
get 8, right? 8
8.
get in.
You can put 4 to 8.
So listen, like remember it was Teddy Bruschi a couple years ago? I love Teddy Bruschi. I was like, I'm
He's
sorry,
not a
my
Hall of
man.
Famer.
You're not a Patriots Hall of Famer, sure.
Just like
NFL
Richard
Hall of
Seymour?
Famer. Richard Seymour could be potentially an NFL Hall of
Listen,
Famer.
I think
Absolutely.
Richard Seymour makes it.
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying he's going to make it this year, but I think he gets into the
I don't think he gets in.
I think so.
I think-
don't because you know what? The thing that's going to get Richard Seymour, he was like an 8 sack a year guy.
That's it.
And when you look at the numbers, now granted,
playoff Seymour was different than regular season Seymour, though.
yeah, but even in the playoffs,
Not
he was always
really.
overshadowed by Willie McGinnis,
Will
the
he
all-time
be that-
postseason
listen,
sack leader.
Will he be that dude, though?
Or is he still there? Or is J.J. Watt taking it? I forget. But anyway,
No, it's still Willie.
um,
Willie had Watt by like 5.
I thought Watt was getting closer
Yeah.
past, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Kevin Green was another guy that was up there, RIP.
Damn.
But no, you like Richard Seymour is a guy that I think you're going to look at and like you.
He's a fringe guy.
If you watch the Patriots and you watch those defenses in those years, you know how fucking important he was. Him and Jarvis Green, another guy completely underrated on that defense, dude. Like his ability to just hold down his point of attack on that in that 3-4 defense. Like Jarvis Green was one of those guys. No one ever fucking talked about him. No one ever. He wasn't.
Well, he
Brewski.
switched between an end
He wasn't
and a
Brewski. He
tackle.
wasn't Law. He wasn't. Asante Samuel. He wasn't Richard Seymour. He was awesome.
Yeah.
One of the best players on that defense.
So what do you guys think about in like a year or two when Vince Wilfork is up? Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
In my eyes, yes.
In your
See-
eyes, yes, but no.
Dude, I'm telling you, Vince Wilfork
Not
will
first
probably
ballot. No.
First
Definitely
ballot,
not
no.
first ballot.
I think
Actually, well, let's see who the class is.
I think Vince
give you
Wilfork
that.
gets in. Definitely over Seymour. If I had to pick between one of the two, I think Wilfork over Seymour.
Because Wilfork,
All right,
I feel
I'll
like
give you
had
that.
Wilfork, I feel like had more memorable plays.
Yeah, and he was, big fat dude.
And he, was,
honorable
and,
mention.
and he was 650 pounds. I mean, just the fact that he could put on his cleats in one was a feat.
Not for nothing. He's a hurricane.
And then he straight up after the Turkey game against when he beat Detroit, picked up the whole damn turkey.
He could pull- this shit's good. Oh, there's 6 legs. They all for me, dog.
All right. Anything else you guys want to get to?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
We good? All right. We'll be back next Tuesday night, 8:30, right here live on the one, the only
Seeing
New Bedford
seeing
Guide.
who was right and wrong this week.
Yep, we'll be
boys.
covering all the NFL fun shit. Don't forget, go to row1seat1.com. Check it out. We got a lot of content on there, fun stuff. Make sure you go to the Row One Seat One Facebook page. Get us some likes.
Like that page.
How many more do we need, Sean?
We needed 38 as of 8:30 tonight.
As of 8:30, we need 38 likes. Want to get us to 1,000. Help us get to the 1,000
Before next Tuesday.
Then we'll work up to the 2,000 era. Start getting up to that point.
2
But
trillion.
help us get to the 1,000. Like this page, share it with your friends, and make sure you tell all your friends and family that Row One Seat One is the shit, and you should love it and you should like it. So
Thank you.
We'll be back next Tuesday night, 8:30. Every single Tuesday night, we'll be right here. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Row One Seat One Facebook page too, so you can get all our live videos that we do throughout the week, so you don't miss a goddamn thing. We'll be back next Tuesday. Thank y'all. Enjoy Wild Card Weekend. Peace.
Later.